Hello, welcome back to the Gamer's Tale. Tonight we're going to be dealing with the adventures of the Onyx Feldspar. Tonight's episode is called A Trunk and the Destroyer of Men. Tonight we'll be following the adventures. If you haven't been following, we left off the party of Brochelon, Tasty Cakes, Biatch, and Leonidas Aurelius had been hogtied, stripped of their amenities, and tossed in the trunk of a car that they had stolen at the end of the last adventure. We'll pick up there, and we also will be reintroducing the character of Regis, whose full name I cannot bloody remember at all, but played by Joshua. He will be most likely rescuing them or getting himself in trouble along with them. So, Josh, you're Cassar de Templari? Fine. I was trying to figure out who the hell that was. All right.
I changed my name to Regis. I put it on Regis now, so it's Regis.
All right. Oh, hey, Tasty Cakes.
Finally.
Were you assaulted by a barber?
Me?
Hey, great haircut, bro.
I assaulted the barber.
All right, so we had just started. We had just covered that you, Leonidas, which is Ty, and Brochelon had been tossed in the hogtied and shipped your stuff and tossed in the trunk of a car. The last episode in the car that you had stolen.
Right.
And we were just about to get to the part where we explain how Josh gets there. But since you both are here, we'll jump right into the story and continue on. All right, so you guys are locked in the trunk of a car.
Right.
We drive for some distance. Your captors are, of course, taking you to some unknown place. You stop. The trunk suddenly flies open, and you're viciously beaten with the butts of rifles. And Brochelon is dragged from the trunk, and the trunk is slammed shut again.
Well, naturally, that's just good hostage-taking etiquette.
As you're what? Yes, to beat them with the butts of rifles.
No, to beat the remainder of the captives.
Yeah,
I mean, it's to break down your soul.
That's supposed to keep us in line. It's not keeping us in.
All right, so you the vehicle drives off again, and you are in there for what feels like hours to you. Then the trunk is lifted open, and you're dragged out onto the ground, or you are surrounded by a large group of individuals in a ramshackle tent city. And there is a very lurid-looking man with a lot of, like, this one terrible-looking robe thing with, like, bits of machinery hanging off of it that's not actually working. Like, he's got cogs and stuff, like jewelry sewn in. He looks at you guys and motions you off to another part of the camp where you are unceremoniously dragged and tied to stakes.
Rip.
This sounds cute.
It does, doesn't it?
Death by snoo steel.
Anyway.
I don't mind that.
Anyway, so a guy dressed similarly, but not the same guy who got you to be dragged over here, approaches you and begins surveying you in all your impudent glory. He removes the mask of the one known as Leonidas, since he has been entirely to reveal his very lovely elven features.
Okay.
He turns to a group of individuals who apparently are there in some sort of market and shouts out that for the right price, he will get them a set of elven gloves made with real elf.
I'm not liking the sound of this. Not one bit.
And he walks over to Tasty Cakes and pinching his bicep and says, and this one will go for 10 gold a pound.
Can I roll to blow a kiss at him?
We'll assume you did that already and you succeed.
Wait, are we tied hand and foot or just hands?
You understand what hogtied is, and now you're just kind of wrapped up against a giant stick.
So
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing, only with the posts at our back.
It's just constant wrap.
All right. Only now we're tied with posts. Okay.
Yep. Now they took us hog-tied earlier and then tied us to post.
So it's the same thing. Gotcha.
So I'm assuming
So,
Josh in this little.
Mhm.
Is he in this little mix, or is he going to come save us?
I've figured out a way to have him actually get there,
Okay.
and the guy who's holding you captive states that you can have him fresh, or you can have him prepackaged.
Hey. I've lived constantly fresh, so prepackaged might just be my way out.
The bidding, of course, begins, and just to prep the thing as it goes on, a set of men come out holding a table and begin sharpening various butchering equipment in front of the steaks as bits and pieces of you are beginning to be auctioned off to the highest bidder.
What do these patrons look like?
There are a wide variety of them. One of them appears to be a rather pale individual. They're range of all classes, but there's a kind of very rough, barbaric individuals you expect at a cannibal party.
Slave auction. No.
No?
It's much worse than a slave auction.
Did you miss the part where I said various butchering tools in front of you guys and having tasty cakes being sold per pound?
No, I
Yeah.
got those parts.
No. Make a lot more if they sold me by the inch.
Now, an individual walks into the auction, and you get instant amounts of respect. Everyone pays attention to him. He calls the man who is auctioning you guys off. He shouts, "Dragon penis!
a penis?
Dragon
Penis.
penis!
Penis.
What is the? You brought in 2 fresh ones without running them by me first." He goes over to you, and surveys tasty cakes with a little bit too much intensity. He pulls out a small list in a book, like a
Yep.
notepad.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Do you have to go right now?
Yeah, give me like maybe 15 minutes.
Okay, I can have a nice long story while you're gone.
Okay, I'll be back. I'll just mute it.
All right,
Alright.
so he looks down the list, and there appears to be some sort of drawing on the inside. He closes the book and tells the crowd that the betting is over and that he is taking the both of you into custody. He tosses a bag of what appears to be money to Dragon Penis and gets you guys at least no longer tied to stakes, but thrown on a cart and pushed out of there like a wheelbarrow.
Nice. Nice.
As
So
this
we're
is,
tightly trussed caterpillars.
yes.
So,
Gotcha.
is Ossie there with us?
Ossie got loaded into a different vehicle from when you guys were arrested.
So
Therefore,
he's probably dehydrated.
and therefore I wrongly convicted him of a mortal sin.
I thought he was a traitor. He just the entire reason why he wasn't thrown in the trunk with you is I didn't think you'd all fit.
Big trunk.
Either way, all your stuff, your primary weapon, your sawed-off shotgun, your fancy revolver.
I need
You
that
don't
back,
have those,
but I need those.
right? Along with the box that you had acquired last time as well, that is also missing.
Okay, so
So we're in the cart with the box, or
The box is, you don't know where the box is currently.
so
Okay.
let me go ahead and ask the guy who freed us. Who are you? Who you is?
I am a procurer of things for a particular individual, one you may know. Are you familiar with the Destroyer of Men?
Is that who you call your boyfriend?
Surely you would have known the causer of sexual deviancy and the goddess of love, Banquisha, Queen of East Harlem.
Man, all of East Harlem knows Banquisha real
Well, then you
well.
know that she is still looking for you once you have escaped, once you had escaped from the prison in which he threw you in.
I told her none of them babies look like me. I told
I
her.
remember that.
Trying to get me for child support. She kept trying to get me for child support. I told her I wasn't paying.
But either way, you'll return what you stole, and you'll also pay for your sins.
Well, I can't return what I stole because those guys have it.
We'll figure something out.
No, you won't. That thing was like limited edition. Like,
I'm
you
sure
can't go
you'll,
get.
when you're stuffed like a raccoon from a furrier, I'm sure you'll serve the same purpose.
I don't think I will. That thing had like magic powers and enchantments, man. Like you just can't. You just can't make new ones of those.
Anyway,
I'm kind of attached to that thing at this point.
oh, you will be, he says, and motions as you're tossed into a large kind of box truck and closed, and it begins driving away.
We're getting thrown everywhere.
So, can I go ahead and roll for strength to break the rope?
You attempt to okay, you're going to attempt to break the rope. All right, let's see how this
break
goes.
the rope.
You don't break the rope, but you loosen some of the knots.
Okay. Hold up. I have a. I don't know. I have a performance.
Here you go. You like doing the performance, don't you?
Yeah. I perform well. Well, it's so general, so I could just like put it to anything. I'm gonna try and undo the knots.
Okay, so with that, you wiggle out part of the way from the rope, enough so that it still looks like you're bound, but you could easily slip out of it if you really tried.
Okay. Now, am I able to get the tie?
You're like right next to each other.
Okay. Let me roll again to see if I can untie his knot. See if I can work on him.
Okay. You managed to undo some of the knots so that he could technically move his hands like in front of him, but he can't. He's still bound with hand, but he could technically walk.
Could I roll for that?
Sure, you can roll to see if you can undo the rest of them. All right, so you've loosened it, but it's still going to be a hard time.
Okay. Maybe try one more time.
I'll roll for perception.
All right.
Of course, you
Right.
nat 20'd it. You notice that there is a projection on the farther end of the container which you're stuck in that has a more metallic projection, so like a piece of metal sticking out, and it looks like it could be sharp.
Okay. Could I like scoot over there?
You have the use of your legs, don't you?
Oh, that's right. Okay. I can just go over there then. Do I need to roll to fray the rope?
You notice that you're in a box truck. Tasty.
It's dark in here.
So dark in there you can't see nothing.
All right, so Ty's apparently working on the rest of his bonds. Do you want to slip out the rest of your clothing? Or Oh wow.
I'm gonna go for +2 strength to get out the rest of my
Okay, so you managed to break the bonds, and you are free, but you're still in the back of the box truck, and it's going a decent clip.
Okay,
So
now that piece of metal sticking out. Would it be possible for me to get that thing off and use it as a weapon?
It's about the size of a playing card, kind of triangular, but it's seriously stuck on there.
Okay, so how about my length of rope? Can I use that as a garrote?
You could.
Like we're
All
getting
right.
fancy here.
All right, so you could roll to see what amount of rope is salvageable, and I'll come up with something.
All right, let me. I don't know. Do I have any points in salvage?
No, just roll for observation.
All right,
Or investigation. Do you have a bonus?
I do have a bonus for investigation. Can I roll that?
Sure. Okay, so you notice that there is a decent amount of rope that's still salvageable. You have the option of taking 2 lengths of it, making a rope, or wrapping them around your fists, like a set of old cesti, and using them like boxing gloves, which would give you a 1d3 punch attack.
Okay. You said it's a 1d
1d3.
1d3. I only have
No,
4. That's the lowest I can get. Sorry, that's just on the table thing. What would the garrote get me?
the garrote would be used as an ambush weapon, and would be dependent on the situation which it used, is it, and would rely on strength.
Okay. What would you roll for for the punch, for the fisticuffs?
1d3.
1d3.
But since 1d3 is like basic punch, I'll give you 1d4 for it.
All right. Cool. I'll just I'll go for the hand wraps.
All right. Okay, so there's still some rope left over if you want to take that with you as a garage, since pretty much your
Garrote too, because
both.
Ambush. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so your options are to wait until the truck stops. You don't know when it is, and you don't know where you're going because you have no idea where the landmarks are, and you didn't see what direction the truck was going since you've been in a vehicle all day. But I can say that according to the map, you are still within the exclusionary zone, but you are much farther east than the 3 dots you were at last time.
Okay.
All right.
Let's roll for perception. Let's see if we can find a way out of here.
There is a large door, which you were thrown in by. There does not appear to be any other means of escape. This is a decently secure box truck.
Okay. Is that door a roller steel door, or is that a flap?
It's a roller door.
Let me roll for perception real quick.
Okay.
I have a bit of a bonus for that.
Well, you notice that there are some bits of debris on the ground. Some of them are like pieces of wood that have broken off at a sharp angle, and one appears to be something like a large metal shim.
Is it sharp?
It's not sharp. It's not really sharp at all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe I could pick up some wood or whatever if my hands were free.
Could it be used to pry the door out?
You could. It looks sturdy enough that you could probably use it to open the door, or at least trigger the lock.
Let me roll for investigation. On those roller doors, I've worked at some trucks. So on the roller doors, there's places where the rollers connect to the ceiling. How do those connectors look on the track? And I roll a 9.
They look connected.
Hey, Ty, roll that for me.
Well, I can roll for investigation. Let's see real quick. I got a bonus for that too. I might.
By that I mean
have a
they
bonus.
look like they're in functioning order.
Okay.
Okay,
What about
so
the
I got a
bolts
3 bonus
connecting
for
to the ceiling?
What was that?
What about like the bolts connecting them to the ceiling?
You'll have to focus in on those.
I'm gonna roll for investigation.
Okay, you notice that the bolts on the left-hand side are securely fastened, but the bolts on the right-hand side seem to have taken some water damage and have started to rust.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. I have performance. I have acrobatics. So I'm gonna roll to jump up and grab that thing and kind of see if I can shake it down.
Okay,
What's your bonus?
2.
I think it's +2.
Okay.
All right, so you jump up on there and you securely fasten on, and it kind of bends a bit under your weight. You continue to shake it for a bit, and it comes loose.
Okay.
Okay, how loose is it?
Like if you were to hang on it anymore, it would probably snap.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for strength and see if I can snap that thing off.
You manage to bend it farther than it should, and it barely comes off the track.
All right. All right.
I'm still tied up, right? A little bit.
You cut yourself free, remember?
I thought I just had the use of my legs, but not my arms.
I thought you went over to free yourself with this sharp metal projection that I pointed out to you.
But I didn't know if I had to like roll for that or if I just run over to cut myself loose.
You're free, okay? You have full use. Both of you are no longer bound.
I rolled.
Excellent.
I accidentally rolled an extra time, so I'll just count that as like me untying you or me
Okay.
cutting you out. Yeah, it'll work.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. Is the bend in it enough for us to be able to climb out?
No, it'd be too high, and the area is not all that open. So if you try to pull it some more, it may perhaps break open.
Okay. Hey, can
Or
me and Ty do a joint roll? We're like he, yeah.
If you were to
Teamwork.
jump up onto it, I could like grab your legs and pull.
Yeah. See.
if it fails, it would probably still break and make enough noise for whoever's driving to notice. You can make them
That
stop.
might be bad.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for strength and see how it rolls.
Okay, you manage to get the roller door to collapse a bit more, large enough for you guys to be able to crawl out of it. Oh, excuse me.
Okay. So it's
So you guys crawling out of it?
yeah.
Do we want to jump to the ground or jump to the top of the truck?
I think there's usually like a rear bumper. I'd say we should stand on that and get an idea how fast it's going before we
do any jumping.
before we do any jumping.
Sounds good. We should probably. I'll roll for perception.
All
Let
right.
me check on my bonus here.
Have you
real
guys
quick.
crawled out of it yet?
No, not yet. I think he wanted to look out the hole first and then see what he could see.
I want to see what I can see with perception here.
Yeah, that's my perception roll.
Okay, you see that there doesn't seem to be as many trees off to your right. And Ty notices that the area is, of course, large enough to fit through, but given the area, what you can see through, you can't really judge how fast you're going, but it does not feel all that fast. So
Okay.
this truck isn't going like 60.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna roll to climb out. Oh, to like, I'm gonna roll to just jump out of it and cut a roll when I hit the ground. Hey.
Okay. You manage to climb out and jump and hit the ground rolling. You don't take any damage because you've been knocked around enough to know how to take a roll.
Jumped out of my
Okay.
unmoved vehicle.
For acrobatics, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty manages to get out of it, but he kind of does an end-gangly sprawl. It does not harm him, but he's going to be sore in the morning.
That sounds like real life.
Yeah. Okay, so the vehicle's driving away from you. I suggest that you get to either the right-hand side of the road from where you're facing or the left-hand side of the road to get out of the way of being seen by the drivers.
Okay. Let's roll for perception. Which side did you say had more trees?
Our left side.
Our left side. Let's go ahead. Let's jet to the left side.
All right.
And I'm gonna roll for perception.
I'm gonna roll for perception too.
You notice that it is getting more toward the late afternoon, possibly around what time it'd be 5 or 6. It's starting to get a little dark, but it's not. It's still easy to see stuff. Ty notices that from the positioning of the sun, that you guys are heading in roughly an eastward direction.
Wow.
There is a amount of shrubbery, but it's kind of sparse, like between and stuff that's just naturally occurring, not actually man-made, in the side of the trees that you have gotten into.
Okay. I think we head back towards the west. Kind of roll back to the way we were, so that way we can go get our stuff and go get the box.
Okay.
We don't know where the box is.
Yeah, but that was the last place you guys knew it was, so it's a
Okay.
starting
so-
point.
Sure.
Yeah, we're supposed to be further east. Right?
I didn't catch either what you said.
I said we're supposed to be further east, right? Than we were in the exclusionary zone.
Yeah, you're probably somewhere triangulated between these points.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I say we follow this road towards the west, and because we haven't been in the truck long.
Yeah, but you also don't know how long you've been driven east in the trunk of the car.
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, if we can get back to where the dudes are trying to auction us off, you know, I could donkey punch somebody and see if I could get something.
Okay. So you begin walking toward the west, staying near the road, but of course not being on the road, just in case somebody's starts looking for you, so you're not blatantly there. Several hours pass. It begins getting to be nighttime, and since last time we were in the dark, there actually was something like a full moon out. So it's one of those very silverly lighted nights. Lots of shadows being cast all over the place, but enough for you to be able to see.
So is this classified as low light conditions?
Yes, Ty. It classifies as low light conditions, and since you're an elf, you can see forever.
It just means that I can see for 60 feet in front of me as if it's full light.
Yes.
As if it's daylight out, which is good.
All right. So you continue walking. The night begins to pass. More. You see what appears to be a tent encampment several hundred feet ahead of you.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna roll for perception and see what we can see.
I'll do the same.
Ty notices that there appear to be some sentries that you had unknowingly passed through off behind you to the east, but they don't seem to have noticed you.
Okay.
Was that 8 what you just rolled, Stacy?
Yeah.
All right. You see that there is fires up ahead and movement among the tents.
Okay. Guess investigation. The sentries, like, what do they look like? Are they more militaristic, or are they?
They seem very barbarous to you. They're definitely not part of the local military, and they have like machine parts woven into their clothing.
Nice.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna roll for perception. Is there one just off kind of by himself?
It appears that the sentries, at least the ones that are around where you are in clear line of sight with each other.
Okay.
You're already there, several tens of feet behind you. You've already gotten past them.
Well, can I tell what they have?
It doesn't. It's a bright night, but from where they're standing and from where you are, you can't really tell.
I'm gonna roll for perception. See what they're armed with.
It appears to be some sort of rifles and knives and things like that. Some of them are very well used, and some of them are poorly maintained.
Okay.
Is there any sort of cover around them? Oh, I guess we're moving through trees, right?
Mm-hmm. Trees and brush.
Trees and brush.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'd like to move, I don't know, as close as I can, hopefully 10, 15 feet behind the closest one.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to see if I have any form of. I guess can I use a persuasion bonus to get him to kind of come my way, like whistle?
I would suggest
draw his
rolling
attention?
a stealth bonus first, or rolling a stealth roll first. See
Yeah,
how
we
well you're
should-
going to sneak up.
Okay.
We should probably both do that.
I don't have a stealth bonus.
I do.
Just roll 1d20 to see if you go into stealth. All right, so you melt into the underbrush and get to within 15 feet of the nearest guard. Ty, did you roll a 10 for that?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna roll this.
All right. Ty disappears almost completely into the shadows, like the elven spirit that he is. Do you want to try to get one of the guys to come closer to you, Tasty?
Yeah. Roll. I'm gonna roll that. I have a persuasion bonus. I feel. Oh.
You make a rustling, and that gets the attention of the guard, who also gets the attention of the other guard within sight of them, and proceeds toward your location. I like to point out that in the scuffle that you were in the box truck, Ty's character has picked up one of the sharp pieces of wood.
I was gonna ask about that.
So you have something probably about 8 to 12 inches long with a sharp point.
And my powers.
Yes, and your powers.
Which I'm not gonna use because I think that'll attract way too much attention.
Okay.
Use a spell that makes things slippery.
What? Okay, well, what's
Yeah.
my garrote? What's the realm of my garrote?
The size of your garrote. You repeat the question because my brain's not functioning right now.
What do I use as a roll for my garrote?
You would probably use a strength roll because strangling people.
Okay, so just a 1d20 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, obviously,
Okay.
the guy is getting closer. He's looking around. Since you are so well hidden, you have the advantage. So roll to see what happens.
If I take the first one, Tyke, you think you can take out the second one?
Maybe it depends on their hit points, but I think we could try to do something.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna roll to garrote the first one, and I'm honestly kind of nervous about this. Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna roll to see if you get the rope around his neck, and we'll see just what he can do against it. He hangs up. He can't do much of anything. The rope is securely there. You got him in there. He's kicking and flailing, but he can't really make a sound other than the kind of thrashing he's making right now.
Okay.
This attracts the other guard even closer because of the sound of an angry bird dying in the brush. It's kind of hard to miss. Bringing him right by where Ty is hidden.
Okay, let's see. I forget what that does. Hold on.
Roll a 1d20 to see if you shank a fool.
All right. Because I don't have a strength bonus. What would I do for that? Dex?
Yeah, you can use a dexterity bonus.
No, if you
I'm
have a
making this up on
precision
the fly.
bonus, or something of the like.
Okay, we've got Dex, Intelligence, Wisdom. Okay, so plus 3.
Yeah.
So 1d20 plus 3.
Well, this is going up better than I expected.
Fudge.
You come up behind him and you start stabbing him, but you miss like the places like his neck, so you just kind of like stabbing all over his torso. He's obviously there. He turns and he begins wrestling with you.
Okay, is my guy out?
Now by this time, Tasty has dealt with the man he's garroting. He's either near death or unconscious.
Is there any way? Is there anything behind him?
You're on the ground.
Oh,
right now.
jeez. Okay, what?
Okay. I want
See,
to.
is he my size?
Yes, he's about your size.
All right. I'm gonna cast Energy Push against him.
You do realize you're kind of on top of him right now.
I'm on top of him? Okay, I wasn't really sure who was on top, me or him. Okay, so
it's kind of like a side by side.
Okay, so no, I wouldn't get a knockback bonus, but I can still roll for that for regular. Okay. I don't think I get any other bonuses. I could do Sonic, but hang on.
Can I just go behind him and garrote him?
You could go and you can start beating on him too.
He's distracted.
Yeah, I mean.
Now during the course of these things, he's drawn one of his knives, and Ty roll a strength save to see if you block it.
Okay, that's just the D20 because I don't have a bonus, as I recall. If I could type today. There we go.
Okay, so he tries to ice pick you, but you manage to get a hold of his block and get a hold of his forearm. So you're in the classic movie thing where you're like trying to struggle to get the point into each other at the time.
Okay.
But this is also kind of on the ground at the same time, so it's super awkward looking.
So we've been down here, and I could still do. I'm gonna cast Energy Push against this guy. And the range is the range for the power at maximum, or
since my dude's like out, I'm just gonna roll to go up and punch him, like just punch him in the back of the head.
Sounds bad.
You go up to him and you start wailing on him.
Is that it?
But it doesn't. It hits him a few times, but it only makes it easier for makes his concentration go a little bit. And Ty stabs the dude in the chest, enough to end the job.
Okay.
Okay.
How much attention have we drawn?
Yeah.
Taking out the only 2 sentries in the area, and you're far enough away from camp that the signs of a struggle probably haven't gotten anyone's attention.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for investigation
Terrible at shanking people.
to search him for weapons.
Yep. Now I'm a roll
Let's see. For +3. Okay.
on my dude too.
Okay, so you search the guy that just got shanked. You find his rifle, but the action has been bent in the scuffle and it is unusable. However, you do find the rusty kitchen blade that he was trying to stab Ty with in his dead hand, and that
Okay.
appears to be.
What do I find on Garroted Joe back there?
Okay, so roll again.
I just did. That was the 19.
Oh, that was the 19?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one was 3, the second one was 19?
The 3 was when I went to punch the dude in the back of the head. 19 was the
Okay.
roll to go get Garroted Joe to see what he's got. I think Ty.
He has. Okay, so you go to Garroted Joe. You find you can't find his rifle because he dropped it while you were strangling him.
Can I find it?
I don't know. Can you?
Well, I can roll for perception.
You
I
can.
think it's
But you
5
find
rolled.
you find a kind of like a butcher blade style knife. This one's a very rusty and pitted.
Okay.
You look all around. You can see where Garroted Joe was flailing around, but it looks like his gun went onto the deep underbrush that you can't really get into.
Okay. So
You roughly have 2 poorly cared for knives
we're +2
Okay.
on rusty knives.
and a busted rifle.
Okay, so
So essentially
What's-
a club and 2 knives.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the damage on these knives?
They're about 1d4 a piece.
Okay, so was the same for what I lost then. Okay.
I mean, it's a knife. It's not going to be fantastic, and they're poorly maintained.
Sure. All right.
All right.
Mhm.
You want to continue sneaking into the tent camp? Or do you just want to sit around with Garroted Joe?
Um,
I don't want to
Can I
sit with
roll
that dead
because-
guy.
is Garroted Joe, is he still like breathing or
He's most likely dead.
okay? Can I just make sure?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna like go for a stiff stab in the temple, and was that
It'd probably be his
is
strength.
that a 1d4
1d.
or is that just strength? Like
Since this is an attack of opportunity, it would probably be 44. Since this would be counted as a coup de grace and count as multiple attacks. So roll 44.
okay,
Given the amount of health that was taken off of him being garroted, you do kill him, but you bust off about an inch of the tip.
okay. I don't know.
Fudge.
Just hit.
It's still, you could still use it to stab again. It's just taking 1 die off of the damage, so now it does 1d3.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
Let's get a perception roll in this. Man.
You see that the camp is still there. And you
I'm
got
gonna
some
roll
dead
for
guys.
perception.
You got some dead guys around you. It seems like people still haven't noticed that 2 guys have just been brutally murdered at the edge of their camp.
Okay.
But you probably shouldn't be standing around there if you want to get anything done in the tent camp, because the night's only getting longer.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's just get closer to the tent camp, about as close as we can without really being noticed. Should we re-roll for stealth?
Yeah, you'll proceed to get closer to the tent camp. Roll for stealth to see if you maintain your stealth. You make a bit of noise, but it's not enough to be noticed. Someone would put it down to something like a raccoon looking around for food.
Okay. So, just go ahead, see what we can see around the tent camp.
Okay, there seems to be a kind of larger tent just at the edge, like more of an administrative or a higher up. There are a lot of smaller tents all around. People are cooking what smells to be something pork-like in some of the pots, and yeah.
Okay,
It doesn't really.
How many people roughly? Like,
This is a fairly large camp. It's definitely over 50. In just the
Okay.
area that you are, but you can't really see where the tent camp ends. This is at the very edge.
So we're likely outmanned.
Oh yeah, if you
Yeah,
totally try to fight the entire camp, you'll definitely be killed. But
Can't I cast something?
Okay. I think we
Can I
should
cast
just
sleep?
kind of
What was
cruise
that,
on
Josh?
by.
Can I cast like sleep on the camp?
You're not there.
Oh, I'll cast teleport then. Let me see if I can.
You wouldn't
Alright,
want to teleport in. Well, we do.
No, I'll teleport to Tasty Cakes and Ty's location.
You'll be introduced a bit sooner. I just have to wrap up this little story, which should end up with somebody being garroted.
But we already did that.
Yeah?
We already did that. That was me.
That's always
Yeah.
fun.
All right. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna roll for stealth again, and let's see if we can't make it outside of this camp. If we can't just stealth through.
You proceed through the camp. You think you almost get spotted, but you duck into the opening of the larger tent that you saw. And you come face to face with Dragon Penis.
Great. Not.
He doesn't seem to notice that you've entered his tent. He's at an administrative desk. Do you want to sneak up on him, or do you want to try to intimidate him, or confront him?
I want to garrote him.
He might have information.
Mm-hmm.
Can I garrote him asleep and then take his body elsewhere?
You can get him in a submission hold with the garrote.
Okay. Actually, can I just throw him in a rear naked choke?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go for sudden rear naked choke. And is it just him in the room?
It appears to be yes. Well,
Okay.
and Ty.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for
Okay.
instant rear naked choke. Boom, asleep. And I got a +2 for strength.
You're gonna have to plan this just right, or I'll have you snap his neck.
Oh, jeez.
Harder to do than you'd think. There's a lot of technique about it.
Well, if you roll like a 22 on strength, I gotta have something happen.
Like, I'm gonna roll a +2 in performance too because I think that's fair.
Okay, so you get him into the rear naked choke, and despite a little bit of wheezing from him, he soon passes out.
Cool.
Since this does seem to be like the administrative thing, you can search him and search the area, which is what I'm hinting at you guys to do.
I'm gonna roll for investigation or search the desk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a search on him.
Tasty, you find a book that is kind of where he keeps like the accounting, who's been sold, what has been sold, where their stuff is.
Okay.
Ty finds a map of the area and some gold and another book. This seems to be more of the official one, but as you look through both of them to kind of compare, it seems like he's been skimming off the top for quite some time.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna roll for investigation. Is he wearing socks?
He appears to be barefoot.
Oh, really? Dang. Okay. Is there anything cloth around, like just like a piece of cloth?
Well, he is wearing what appears to be something like a giant modified curtain.
Okay. Okay. I guess just gonna keep that roll. I'm gonna roll to cut a piece of that off, tie a knot in it, and use it as like a gag. Because if I'm carrying him and he wakes up, I'd rather him not like be screaming and the entire time.
Okay, so you rip off a piece of his robe and turn it into improvised gag.
Cool.
Right. So, at this point, it's probably best for you to move on so that I can introduce Josh into the story.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, let's book it out of here then. Anything else we need to get?
You have 2 books, you have 2 rusty knives, you have a prisoner, and you have a bag of gold.
All right. So he's been relieved of his weaponry?
You assume he had any.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he didn't have any, at least not in my search.
All right, that's fine.
Man didn't even have shoes. You think he had weaponry?
No.
Well,
Unless he's going to use his shoelaces.
He's an administrative. He's an administrative cannibal.
yeah.
So he's a broke clerk with nothing else to show for it?
No, he's been stealing, so he has money somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he has money. Maybe if we can get somebody to interpret or decode the book, we can figure out where the money's at. Unless we already have it, of course.
It's accounting. It's literally just said that you read through it really quickly and noticed that the amounts don't match between the two, indicating that he's been the equivalent of embezzling in a cannibal camp.
Okay.
That
I'm
seems
just
like
saying.
the worst possible place to embezzle.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to cook books anywhere, probably not in a cannibal camp.
Funny.
Well, he has a very ornate kind of comparison curtain that he's wearing. He apparently has some significance in the camp.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's wheel him out of here. Because I'd rather not. So I'm just gonna roll for investigation to see if those dudes are still looking for us. I mean, we ducked in there for a reason.
You look out, there doesn't seem to be anyone looking in the direction right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here then.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote to like hoof it into the trees.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll second that. Sure.
You manage to go out kind of the way you came, only this time you have an unconscious man slung over your shoulders.
Sounds good.
All right. I'm going to assume that you would begin going somewhere. Do you want to continue going west? Do you want to go east or north or south?
I'm just gonna continue going west because. Oh wait, they still have our stuff, don't they?
They have
Yes.
the book that you have might have the location of the stuff in there.
Okay, so, left side had more. That way would be to the south if we're heading west. So I'm gonna say to take him away south out of voice range, and see if we can't wake him up and get some info.
Okay, so as you're walking, you walk south several hundred feet. It gets to a point where you just keep walking. You're now in dense forest. You come across a road.
Okay.
At this point, I will have you roll for perception.
Okay.
You hear a familiar sound coming down the road.
A bus?
A bus.
Oh, that should be interesting.
And it's about midnight now, so it's a late running bus.
All right.
Okay. Would the bus be okay with hostages?
I'm guessing not. Just a guess.
As you're wondering this, the bus pulls up. You're caught in the headlights, and it pulls up and opens the side hatches and asks if you need a ride.
Yeah, let's go. Is that the same bus as before?
You see the bus driver remarks that someone has been doing a lot of heavy drinking. He's seen a lot of people gag people so that they don't accidentally bite their tongues out in their sleep. Especially
excellent.
Yeah, he does that sometimes.
All right. You pay him from the money that you have in the bag that you took. You set the unconscious man on one of the seats and take up positions in the bus, kind of near the middle. I'm gonna need you to roll perceptions now.
All right, sure.
Okay. You notice a somewhat familiar figure near the back of the bus.
Is it Josh?
It's Josh. Josh notices the unmistakable gimp-suited Tasty Cakes.
Dude, that's just like.
Hey, do I have my mask?
My clothes.
Oh no, you actually don't have your mask. I forgot.
I was gonna say I'm missing my mask right now, man.
So I was gonna say that you notice that it's actually been hanging out the side of the unconscious guy's robe.
Could I take it and put it back on then?
Yes.
All right, I'll do that.
Tasty tears it up and hands it to you, and you once become anonymous Stalker Man.
Okay, can I roll to I don't know, I'm gonna roll to wake up.
You're gonna interrogate him on the bus that you just got.
Don't do that. Don't do that. There's other people on the bus now.
Josh comes over and sit next to Ty. You inform him of your adventures, and
just took us hostage, right? And
Josh,
hostage, but he's got all our stuff, so we need to take him somewhere so he can give us the information so we can get our stuff back.
I think that was the synopsis of the plot to you, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Your response?
That's basically what's going on.
One more time. What's up?
Oh yeah, this guy took all our stuff and hid it. And well, we were also like prisoners, and he was gonna like chop us up. But that's beside the point. Mainly, he took our stuff, and we have to go get our stuff back.
Your legendary baton.
Yeah, the truth. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
So I got my 50 out and pointed at the guy's knee.
The guy's unconscious right now.
He's asleep, man.
I can just see this going down on the bus.
Wake up.
The man.
What do I have in my inventory? Do I have like something like smelling salts or something like that?
During this process, the man jerks awake on the moderately crowded bus.
That was the detail I wanted.
And I still point that 50 cal to his knee.
I'm gonna roll for intimidation, and I'm gonna tell him to shut up and listen to what we say.
You kind of smush him against the side and tell him that it's in his best interest not to make a sound, and he grudgingly complies. But he's still gagged.
Right.
We're away from the camp already, right?
You're in a
Yes.
bus on a random road somewhere. Most
Okay.
likely, if I were to put it on the map, somewhere around here.
Still in the exclusionary zone. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked him, where he hid everything.
He starts searching the rudely made pockets on him for his book.
Which
But
we
he
now
doesn't.
have. Okay, so
He seems to panic
I'm
a bit.
gonna roll.
But he can't.
I'm gonna roll for persuasion, and I'm gonna flick him like really hard in the nose, and tell him to stop moving.
You flick him in the nose, and he looks at you funny.
I'm
and
gonna roll.
mumbles something kind of through the gag that you can't really understand.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
I'm gonna roll for investigation.
You
just to
punch
see if we
him,
can
and he's
search.
now unconscious again.
That's good. We
I'm
really need to take him somewhere more quiet before we interrogate him.
I'm gonna roll for investigation to see if I can get some information from those books.
That's a good idea.
That's great.
You notice that from the amount of stuff that was skimmed off the top, he has a nice little nest egg hidden somewhere in the exclusionary zone. There's also a couple of places where they store stuff taken from people and use it to sell off in some of the bazaars as an extra side gig for money.
Does the map tell me where these stashes are?
It tells you yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we nearby any of them?
Since you also have a map and it's also in the middle of the night, there are several options on the map, but you don't know your exact location.
Okay.
Which you could also ask Josh, since he's the one who got on this bus first, from, ostensibly from one of the other brown turds of a town in the exclusionary zone.
Hey, Regis.
Hey,
Where the hell are we?
we're close to one of the stashes.
Okay. Oh.
This indicates the one where you have your equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we should make our way over there.
Is the bus moving in the direction to get us over there?
Yes, it's taking you back towards the town where you were almost captured by the townsfolk that you stole the car from.
Oh, okay. So back to the scene of the crime. This ought to be cute.
Yeah, but the stash is definitely not in that town.
Okay.
It is several miles from it, so it's unlikely that, unless you are really unlucky, depending on my mood, you will not be caught by the townspeople.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and let's make our way over there. We gotta grab our
The stash. As I stroke my own.
stash.
The stash is a bit north of the road that you're on, and you're coming up to a nice little intersection in the road, so that easily for you to get off and go to it.
You guys want to do that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. We got to take what's his name with us though.
Oh yeah, he's going in the hole after.
Okay, so you get off the bus, still carrying the unconscious Dragon Prince, and
Penis.
and you were wondering how I would work that into the story, Ty.
Yeah, I was until you said it, of course.
Lol.
Yeah, so you go off into the woods toward the stash, and you're carrying him. Roll for perception as you near the stash location.
Nice.
That includes you, Josh.
Wait, what?
Roll perception.
1d20 for rolling perception.
let me roll 1d20.
Okay.
Okay, so you all take notice that there are a couple of guards around this kind of rundown shack that is the stash where they keep the stuff.
The stash house.
Let's take them out. I mean,
All right, what do the guards look like?
Are they armed? What are they armed with?
They're armed with AKs
Yeah.
and look surly, like almost like they're stereotypes of Somali pirates or something.
I'm
With
gonna,
dreadlocks.
I'm gonna shoot one in the head with my primary.
Okay. You
Just
sure you
have-
want to do that, or you can sneak up close and do some
Shank 'em.
quiet work?
I was about to say, all that we have is like, I have a garrote and a.
I have a 10-inch piece of sharp wood. And
You
he's
have
got
a rusty knife that does 1d4.
Oh,
Yep.
If you garrote the guy, one of them, I can shoot the other one that gets like alerted.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
going to
We'll do it together.
There's a roll for stealth.
Okay, so roll for stealth, both of you.
That's a 15.
That's
15, you said?
Yeah.
alright. Rip.
Rip.
Yeah.
Regis trips on an outstretched root and kind of falls to the ground. Ty melts in among the trees again, and Tasty manages to not make a bunch of noise, but gets close enough, possibly be able to reach one of the guards.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna work for that garrote, and I'm gonna get the first one.
Alright. And I get up.
Is that your strength?
Yep.
And with the bonus, yeah.
You rush out and put the rope around the guy's neck. You manage to get him to drop the rifle, and you begin, of course, applying pressure. But he slams you into the shed, and you tumble to the ground, and he tries to crawl for the gun because you loosened your grip, and he got out of it.
I'm gonna roll to kick him in the face.
Meanwhile, as the other guy is doing this, you grab the attention of the other guy who's standing there, and he begins to aim toward your general direction.
I'm gonna cast Energy Push, Fire, which gives me damage per die for plus 2d6.
I'm gonna roll to jump on the first guard's back and kind of pull him down into a human shield type situation.
So 2d, so that's plus 2 because it's 2 dice, right?
Yeah. So you manage to get a grip and cuddle the guy who's trying to reach for the gun in order to try to use him as a shield, and you just begin the kind of grappling process while keeping him in front of the.
I don't think the correct term is cuddle.
No, actually, we call it the turtle position.
There you go.
All right, the turtle
Yeah, because like
position.
one person's the turtle, the other person's the shell. And you just kind of work for chokes, and you know.
Okay, so the energy wave pushes the man with the gun back. Hang on, I gotta roll for something. He begins to fly through the air, and in his haste, or in his surprise, despite the fact that he flies, he begins firing at full auto, sprays the area a bit, smashes up against a tree, and dies from a cranial fracture.
That's awesome.
He has accidentally shot the guy you're using as a shield.
Mhm.
The clothing that you just get a little nick on the side. Ty gets a little nick on like one of his arms from a stray bullet, and Regis almost gets his skull put through with a round that just smacks just inches from his skull.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll to go ahead and just take out the other, the first dude with my knife.
Okay. Roll a 1d20.
No, I thought it was a knife roll. It was is that a 1d20?
Yeah, the 1d20 determines whether you've hit or not, or what happens.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, rip.
Okay, so you managed to stab him lethally, but in your attempt to try to pull the knife from his ribs, it breaks off the rest of the way, and you just have a hand.
Yeah, it's fine now. I basically had all I needed for it. Right.
And you're about to get your primary weapon back.
That's true. Rusty knives are so overrated.
Yeah, right.
Right, is Trent's feed working for anybody else, or?
No, I think he's out. Trent? Nope. We'll wait for him to log back on.
Yeah. So we can't do anything without the DM.
Oh man, it's super windy where we're at right now. Oh, is he back? Nope.
No, it just looks like his thing's frozen.
Well, you want to take your shirt off before I put this stuff on you again?
Okay.
Okay.
Apparently, it was just that time of day where everybody bum rushes into my room and starts touching stuff. You know, the usual.
So you
Oh,
moved
okay.
you moved places?
Do what?
You moved to another place?
No. I'm still in the same place, but
No, I meant like you moved to a different room.
oh yeah, I just moved to a different room in the house.
Hey, there's two Trents.
Yeah, double Trent. Oh, hey.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Nice.
so my my connection to the internet just completely crapped out, and that's what happened.
Okay, I'm on the far end of the house, so I'm hoping that didn't happen to me.
Okay, yeah, okay. So all I know is that I came in. It's still been recording, and just for whatever blip, it went away. All right, so where were we? Somebody had just
You
gotten
stabbed him
shot, and
lethally.
he just broke off.
Yeah,
You just broke off a knife in some dude's chest. Okay.
So is that like lethal as in he'll bleed out a little bit, or is that lethal as in that dude's dead?
That dude's dead. There's a sharp piece of rusty metal sticking out of his chest, and he's been shot in the shoulder, so
Legit.
he's kind of gone.
Legit.
All right.
Human shield idea. That's the way to go. I mean, probably wanting to stop an AK round, but at least would have slowed it down. To like
it was in such a way that while you were doing this, one of his arms kind of came up and went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just makes me a little bit happy.
All right. So obviously, Regis is still by the unconscious cannibal, and both of the guards are now dead. What do you do now? There's a shack with ostensibly things in it by you.
Is the shack locked?
You go ahead and search the first guard. No, the one that I killed.
You find that he doesn't have much of anything on him except for some pocket lint.
What's the status of his rifle?
His rifle is several feet away from you. It's on the ground.
Okay, can I go pick that up?
It looks like it's in working order.
Okay. So I'm going to pick that up. Do I have to roll anything for that?
You pick it up and you find that it actually was the rifle you picked up previously in your adventures from the dead soldier.
Douchebag, can I shoot him in the face?
He's dead.
Roll for performance.
Yeah, it's true. All right, it's fine. It's fine. He's dead. I already stabbed him to death.
The
But he
guy
deserved
knocked
it.
against the tree. Can I search
Right,
him?
so- what?
Can I search him? The guy I knocked against the tree?
Well, of course you can. I mean, he's dead. He's
Alright.
not going anywhere.
I'd be disappointed if you.
Gonna roll for investigation.
You search through his carcass, and you find some keys that ostensibly go to the shed.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask next. If the shed was locked, now that we have the key, that doesn't matter.
What's the
I'm
status?
gonna roll for
Give me a sec.
Okay. I was gonna say, is the shack windowed or is it just like a wooden shack?
There's like a window in there, but it looks blacked out or boarded up.
Okay, so perception won't do us any good to see if anybody else is inside waiting to kill us.
Well, if they are, why would they be locked in the shed?
Maybe he
To
has
surprise us.
Really quick perception roll with the shed just to make sure it's not like, full of people. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it's prudent.
You can't tell if there's anyone really in the shed, but it seems very quiet inside.
I'm gonna roll for perception real quick.
Shit.
Ooch.
There doesn't sound like there's any movement inside the shed, and it sounds kind of just sheddy.
Okay. So I've got the key, so I'm just gonna go unlock the shed and we'll see what's inside.
Okay, so you unlock the shed. You open it. You can see inside. It's kind of dark, but you notice that on a table there is your trusty sidearm and amputation knife, and the rest of Steven's equipment is there as well. So you have all your
Okay,
stuff
so
there.
Okay, so I'm gonna go get Steven's tasty stuff and go give it to him.
I'm assuming you also keep your own stuff.
Yes,
Your thing.
yes. Including my 100-foot rope with a noose at one end.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. All right, so you have all your stuff back.
Yes. Are we okay on bullets?
Okay. I would like to drag the cannibal guy. I would like to pull him into the shed.
Okay, so you pull the cannibal guy into the shed.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll for perception. Is there anything else we can take?
You look high and large, and it doesn't really seem like there's really much of anything. Looks like yours was the most recent of the acquisitions after a large sale.
Okay. Is there
Okay, so we got nothing.
Is there a chair or anything nearby?
No, there isn't. There's just it's kind of like what you would expect in like a working woodshed, something like that. There's no chairs at all, just some sturdy tables. The floor is made out of what appears to be something like dirt.
Okay.
Well, I say we wake him up.
Okay, so you wake up the cannibal. He is still gagged.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use my power of my. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna roll for the life of me, I can't think of the word, and I'm gonna look at it here in just a second.
Intimidation?
Can I use persuasion and intimidation?
It's one or the other.
All right. Well, I'll use intimidation, and I'm gonna wake him up, and I'm gonna tell him to start digging with his hands into the dirt.
Make his own grave.
Yeah, he looks up at you and he starts digging, but he casts his eyes around as he does so.
I don't care what he does. So At a certain point, I want him to dig about like 3 feet down with his hands.
Okay.
That's what we're looking at here.
I need you to all roll perception checks.
Perception.
Golly.
1d20 Regis.
1d20. Hold on. Where's my thing? Oh, why is it? Why is it doing that? One d20. Where's the perception
Yes.
thing? The tab.
The tab? You can
Do I
just
do
put it in the chat and put
a free
R
roll?
slash R 1d20. Yeah, free roll.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Or not a free
Just-
roll. Just roll a 1d20 in the. Okay, so there is. Ty is distracted by a noise in the forest, and he looks out to see what it is. Meanwhile, Regis kind of takes his eyes off of your cannibal right there, and the noise also kind of permeates itself to you as well, Stephen. Suddenly, the cannibal bursts into action. He grabs something from underneath one of the tables and comes out with something that's either a chisel or some sort of odd-looking knife, and he stands in the corner and tries to rush you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a 2d8 for my primary, and I'm gonna get like a big baseball bat. Did it change when I put the new handle on my primary?
It added one extra die of attack, or not extra die, one extra hit
point. So 2d9.
Okay.
Yeah.
2d8 plus 3, including my strength bonus, right?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
Do we want this guy to live?
Well, I'm gonna hit him really hard in the face.
I would suggest either hitting him really hard in the face to try to knock him out, or going for
Kill
what he's got in his hand.
kill this guy.
All right, I'm gonna hit him really hard in the face. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm gonna make sure he digs. He's gonna dig, then I'm gonna break both his legs and leave him in the hole.
You're such a trusting soul.
Okay. So you smack him in the face. You send him reeling into the side. He smacks up hard against the table, but he comes at you again, and he rolls 6. I'm sorry, that's not how you do that. He hits you for 6 damage, stabbing you in the arm.
I was gonna roll to evade.
All right, fine. You manage to dodge him. He drags it across your back, and you get a scrape, doing about 1/3 of the damage. You still got hit for 2.
Okay, I'm going to that roll. I'm gonna go straight for his kneecap.
Okay. You just barely miss him. You hit him in the upper thigh. Not enough to cripple him, but he's going to have a monster bruise. Should he live?
And
He takes another swing. He takes a cut at you with his strange chisel knife.
okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead, double barrel shotgun, and I'm gonna take that knee out.
You're gonna try. Are you going to? Okay, I'll take that roll. But are you going to evade him trying to shank you?
Now I'll just use the shank and blow his kneecap off.
Okay, so you get hit for 5 damage, and you completely just shred his knee below the thigh, and he just kind of topples as he's using the chisel as like a hook on you to hold himself up.
Put it at the other.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll to just push him off of me, like just kind of a.
You try to dislodge him and his knife. It only causes to do you another point of damage, and you can't really get him off.
So they're really close now, aren't they?
He's literally hanging off of him by a knife.
With one leg. I'm
Yes.
gonna use persuasion, and I'm gonna tell him to let go so that I can take care of his leg. If he doesn't, he's just gonna die, and that's gonna be it. No more eating people.
He spits in your face with whatever diseases he may or may not have from eating human flesh. Says he's probably going to die anyway, and bites you on your trapezius. I think it is.
Muscle above your shoulder? How high up is he?
Yep.
He pulls himself up and takes a bite out of you,
Okay,
or at least sinks his teeth in.
that works.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to bite straight for the jugular.
You miss and you get his ear.
This is awesome.
Okay.
At
this point, we've just been standing there face to face for like 30 seconds. He's got to be like bled out.
He tries to extract the knife, but since he's getting weaker, he bites you. He tries biting you again.
Okay, I'm going to I'm just gonna hit him as he comes in. Not quite evade, but like pop him.
Because you manage to lock brows, as it were, as he tries to bite you, and you headbutt him. He reels back a bit, given the precarious position and the pain that you have for having a chisel kind of shoved in your chest at this time, plus the damage that you've taken. He falls and he pulls you with him into the depression in the floor.
Okay, so I guess I'm on top at this point, right?
Yes, you're on top, and you still have a chisel stuck in your chest.
Okay, well, at this point, there's only one thing left to do. Let me actually check what the actual roll is for that double barrel.
You notice at this point that he has fallen, accidentally given himself a hangman's fracture on the edge of the hole, and is dead.
Oh, lame. Okay, I'm gonna shoot him in the face anyway. I'm gonna put. Yeah, he just needs it.
Here I was gonna cast Recall Agony to get him to kill himself the rest of the way.
Man.
You blow off his face satisfactorily, and you still have a chisel stuck in your chest.
We gotta get that thing out.
Regis, do you still have those med kits?
Yeah, I think we still have a few of them.
All right.
Yeah, let's use one.
Yeah, it took me up, bro.
Yeah, let's do that. So we're using a med kit.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll, Regis. I'm gonna need you to roll 1d20. Just roll 1d20. Depending on how high you get, is gonna determine some really funny crap.
Okay.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
Okay, so you rolled an 11.
Yeah.
You fix the wound. You disinfect the wound on the shoulder, and you slowly and carefully take the chisel out of his chest and pack the wound. And you inject from one of the morphine shots they have in it, half of it into Tasty and the rest of it into yourself.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Monica.
And by half, I mean about 2/3 of it compared to one.
Well, you know, like a heavy-handed half, you know.
The plunger didn't quite go all the way down.
Okay, I'm just
Alright,
gonna go ahead
you're
and
done
roll
with
for strength to chuck the cannibal outside, just so that everybody knows that we mean business. Just so they can see that.
Okay. You manage to pick him up. You kind of toss him in such a way that he barely lands outside of the shed, and so he's just kind of there in a sprawl, and you kind of wince from the new wound that you have in your
Alright.
chest.
I'm
Okay,
gonna roll
that's
to try to do that just for the heck of it. Throw him out the rest of the way, and we'll see what happens if I hurt my arm or whatever.
bowling.
Okay, so you kind of pick him up by the belt or the belt area, and kind of fling him the rest of the way, and he leaves kind of this bloody streak as he kind of tumbles over.
Regis,
Okay.
did you want to give him a chuck too, or like just
3 times a charm?
yeah, like maybe try
Regis,
and throw him up against the building, like paint a little bit,
1d20 plus your strength modifier, Josh.
1d20 plus my strength modifier. My strength modifier is 10.
If 10 is your base, you have no strength modifier.
Say what?
If is your strength 10?
My strength is 0.
You have
I
no
think I
strength.
forgot my thing.
ain't got no gains.
Okay, you have 15. Okay, you clicked on it. You have 15. That would be plus 5. Okay, so it looks like your strength modifier would be 5.
Okay.
Where do you want to throw him, Josh?
Outside, like you said. We need to send a message.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, that's cool. We're sending a message.
I was gonna say you could like throw him against the door and paint, but like
And what?
1d20 plus 5 is your roll.
yeah, that's what.
That's where you're supposed to put Regis.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you scroll over it, you can see it's 1d20 plus 5 or
Ah.
equals.
So let me 1d20 plus.
Okay, I was hoping something like this would happen. You grab him, you wind up, and through your immense unnatural strength, you accidentally toss him up on top of the roof, and he gets caught in the rafter a bit, and is hanging by just hanging off of it, all bloody and stuff.
Awesome. That's exactly what we were looking for. Like perfect.
It also just happens to be over right by one of the side of the door, so don't walk on the left side.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, did we want to wait for whenever was making noise in the woods to come up and find us? Or did we want to go ahead and like pop out? Now that we got our stuff, we don't really have any reason to stick around.
I must also point out that you did not find a box among all the things.
Oh
Okay.
man, and we killed the guy. Well, he made us. He made me.
Well, he wasn't the same guy who.
But
he was the. He did not take the. What you had for the stuff. He was not the guy.
The military.
He was not the guy who actually abducted you guys. Those
box.
took the box
So,
and Ossie. There was 2 different groups, but they
Right.
gave
He's-
them.
Right. He's not the military commander. He was some other guy.
I said he was a militant, not a military commander.
Right. I said he was not a military commander. He was some other guy. This cannibal.
No, the one you're referring to as a military commander was a militant leader,
Oh.
not a military commander.
Oh. Okay. So he was a militia guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind
But
of
still
sort
not a cannibal.
No, he's not the cannibal.
of. Okay.
Okay.
That's all I care about. All right. Go ahead. Let's check that ledger to see if there's anything about dealing with militants.
Anything? Okay, so you
Yeah,
thumb
pretty
through the book, and you notice that there is a reference to another location with a group that they have been partnered with that they usually keep stuff in. It's very vague and it seems freshly written, like it's only a week or so old rather than the much older records that are in the book. But you can't find it in the
Right.
regular ledger.
What about the other book that I have?
That is the one that you're looking at currently,
Okay.
right now.
All right. But we have
I'm trying
two.
to say that the official book doesn't have this location marked in it.
What about the unofficial book?
I just covered that you found a location in the unofficial book, but it's not mentioned in the official book.
Aha, I got it. How far away are we from the location in the unofficial book?
The unofficial book states that this brown dot
Okay.
right there holds the joint location for where they would take things to store them, and you roughly here.
All right. Let's go.
Let's go to that brown dot. We're locked and loaded.
Okay. So
Yep.
you walk to the road and proceed east along the path. It has now become morning. The events that have taken place with you have occurred in daylight, and
Nice.
you're walking down the road. You have become quite tired because you've stayed up for like 48 hours, and being locked in the trunk does that to you.
Sometimes, yeah.
You continue walking, and stuff happens.
Is it safe to take a nap?
And do you want to take a nap? There seems to be some areas which would be enough cover for you to hide and to rest up for some hours.
Sure, I'd like to do that so I could regain some points after that.
Okay.
Okay. Let me check. I think. Yeah, I did get was it a loaf of bread?
I think
So we got some food.
Okay.
You guys want to make camp on the side of the road and some brush?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay. So you make camp.
Oh, I've got 2 loaves of bread. Scratch that. Sorry.
Do you want to eat both of them, or do you want to break one of them in half or something and ration it?
Let's just ration it.
Okay. So
And we'll
the loaves are about.
save the other. We'll
Keep
save the
aside.
other quarter of bread so that we can eat it in front of Ossie.
All right. So do you want to eat only one of the loaves or half of one or something?
We can split both of them. Everybody can just get a half a loaf.
Okay. You eat, you restore some health. You're now back to full capacity in regards to your hit points. So you're not going to die yet of any infection you might have gotten. Ty apparently is going to take a nap now.
Yeah, for a little bit.
All right, so
Okay.
I think regaining my points involves concentrating after that.
what do you do, Stephen, while Ty's taking a nap and Regis does whatever it is?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna roll to find some. I guess roll for investigation. Well, that's what that 20 is. Just so I can just go check around, see what's available, different, plant matter and whatnot.
Food from nature.
You find some interesting herbs that look medicinal. In addition to some berries and some questionable berries.
Okay. I'm gonna give Ossie some questionable berries.
well, he ain't here.
You pick some berries. You get about 10 of them, small bags worth, and the other ones, I'm assuming you got some. So add medicinal herbs and berries and questionable berries to your inventory. What was that? Josh, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. What's going on?
That's the best ringtone ever. Oh man.
Okay, so Ty's taking a nap.
Oh,
Steven has found some questionable berries, and medicinal herbs. What are you doing while all this is happening?
Check inventory. Rechecking
Okay.
inventory. Checking if or at least cleaning up the bus from all that blood and crap.
What bus? Oh,
We left the bus a while back.
yeah.
Wait, what? I thought we were still in the bus.
No,
What?
we left the bus so that we could
no,
go
we're
to
not in the bus. There's a
shed.
shed.
Right.
Yeah.
How far away are we from the shed and the bus?
The bus dropped you off at a
Bus is
crossroads.
gone, yeah.
Sometimes in the middle of the night. It's day now.
Oh crap!
Yeah, we're walking. We're by the roadside. We decided we were gonna make camp because we were all tired.
It's
Oh,
We'll blame that on the
It's 8
morphine,
hours.
man.
nothing, man. I'm just gonna stew here. All right, I'm just gonna lay down in the stew. Enjoy the high.
All right.
maybe it really wasn't 2/3 of a plunger of morphine. Maybe he just gave Tasty Cakes 1 drop of morphine, took the rest for himself.
Just
just-
jab him and do the rest.
He just numbed me up a little bit. That was it.
I find it funny that the guy who's doing the medical stuff is just going about his business high, and the guy who's been stabbed in the chest, it's like, just, look.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so some time goes by. The points are regained. It's now mid-afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do?
I say we just kind of keep heading towards that
It's a nice
area.
stash house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go toward. Keep going. You travel and rest over the next few days. This is actually quite some distance into the exclusionary zone, and you come up onto a town. It seems to be a bigger and a bit more rough compared to the one where you stole a car. There are more taller buildings, but they're all still kind of low rise. Think more of Detroit before it went to crap in the suburbs kind of area, but kind of edging toward that. There's a lot more boarded up buildings, and there's a lot less.
Like between Detroit now and Detroit like 15 years ago.
Yeah, somewhere in between those two.
Oh, okay, yeah, legit.
Okay, so obviously this looks like it has a higher crime rate. There is definitely, they definitely
It's
wouldn't.
about to get higher.
They definitely wouldn't mind people walking around with weapons openly or covered in blood. You pass several individuals like this going out of town.
Works for
When you
me.
go in. Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's do a perception check.
The crowd. This is about, I don't know, just after lunch. It's broad daylight. There are a lot of people. It's kind of an overcast day, so it kind of gives you a kind of a night feel. And there's people bustling about their business. It's not all that hot, so it's a nice, comfortable day, but it just feels like kind of troubly.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Hey, Josh, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we see any vehicles or anything around?
Perception 1d20.
You don't see any vehicles readily available. This city looks like or this town looks like it probably would have some, but similar to Umshaka, they'd have them under lock and key because it is a much rougher neighborhood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Sure thing. So we're on the outskirts of town now. Can we like see the stash house from here, or what's up?
You check the notes, and it seems like the stash house is more near the center of town,
All right.
in the least likely place where you would find it.
I'd vote we keep going.
Yeah. Let's keep
There's
rolling.
kind of a sketch inside the book that shows that it's kind of a large building, kind of looks like a warehouse, but it looks like it might have some rooms and stuff in it where residents might have been taken up. But other than that, the sketch doesn't really tell you much of anything. Just to know what you're looking for.
Gotcha.
About the size of a 2-level house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
Seems legit.
so you're walking down what the equivalent of Main Street. There's hustle and bustle. It's still overcast. It's not like a tight press of people, so there's kind of like little groups of people in kind of regular patterns, and there's spaces to walk between them, but not like pickpocket close.
Okay.
As you continue on, you find you're getting close to the center of town. It seems like it. There's more bustle. There's more shops. There's more kind of monument kind of things. Very steampunky kind of modern art stuff just soldered together that look kind of similar to the design of gears that were on the Cannibals outfit.
Okay.
Okay, so we know we're going in the right direction.
Yes, some of them appear to be shrines and have rather familiar looking engravings and markings on them.
You mean like the symbols on the box?
They do seem very similar to the symbols on the box.
Okay.
As you get beyond what would be the main city square area, you notice kind of off on your left-hand side a building that kind of looks like it could be attached to what you see drawn in the book. You proceed to it, and it has multiple doors of entry. There's like a large door in the front, but there's kind of a small side door on either side.
I vote for the closest side door. Is the door locked?
Roll perception, all of you. You see there's a door. It does appear to be locked. Ty notices that it is definitely locked, and that the rest of the building is kind of not really broken down, but it doesn't seem to be inhabited. And you still with us?
Yeah.
Are you gonna roll for perception?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Rip.
You notice there's like a kind of trees that seem kind of rather immaculate despite the area, and like they've been maintained for some reason. You, however, notice that there is a small, strange-looking symbol on the northern side of the building, but no one else seems to notice it.
Okay.
So, how are you planning on dealing with this door?
I'm gonna roll for Arcana. Let's try to study that symbol. I gotta get
You
my
don't see that
bonus here.
symbol. Ignore that symbol. Only Regis saw it.
Oh, psh. Ah. All right, so
Well, let me see. What do I have?
it's not a set of lockpicks. We have to come up with something else.
What? I see lips moving, but I don't hear sound, Stephen.
Steven?
No. Okay.
I can't hear you.
I can see you. Okay. 1 second.
Working now.
Okay.
There we
yeah,
go.
There we go.
That's good.
right, yeah. What's the door made out of? Is it like steel or?
It seems like one of those reinforced steel doors, not like it has steel on the bottom, like the kick plate, and seems to be of an industrial wood. So like a standard warehouse door. Yeah, so obviously you know the door's composition. What do you guys plan to do?
Okay, so you said it was made out of more of like an industrial style door made out of wood with steel plate at the bottom, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What kind of locks does it have?
It has the standard lock in the handle, and there is at least one kind of large lock above that, and there's also a latch with a padlock.
Okay. Okay. Is the latch on the come from the inside, or like how is the latch attached?
The latch attached is from the outside, like someone locked something inside. That it would be there, and then there'd be two locks underneath that.
Okay, so it's just like screwed to the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Investigation roll. Is there a convenience store or anything close by?
It doesn't appear to be, but I will remind you that your primary weapon of choice also can function as a crowbar.
This is true. This is true. Okay.
You guys want to break it down? I mean,
well, let's see if we can pry it open real quick. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can't pry that door open and break it.
There we go.
Okay, so you pry off the first lock pretty easily, and you begin working on the second one. It's a bit harder, but it slips in and pops it open.
Slips in.
but your bow
Yes. Anyway, so do you want to go inside, or you just want to leave this busted open door there?
Oh yeah, I mean obviously we're gonna go inside.
Okay, so
Inside.
you go inside. Roll for perception again. My favorite thing for you guys to roll.
Yeah.
Yep. Regis.
What am I doing?
Roll for perception. I feel like the character is just too high. Oh my gosh.
That's
Okay.
evidenced by a 3 roll perception.
You trip over a box and fall to the ground, and just kind of lay there, giggling to yourself. Tasty notices it's kind of dark inside because it is overcast outside, so it makes it darker inside. There doesn't seem to be any kind of light switch nearby, and there seems to be like an office space up above in one of the corners of the warehouse kind of building. And Ty notices that there is a door, kind of inner sanctum kind of place that appears to be locked, and it kind of spans the width of the warehouse. In
Okay, well,
big
Ty has a torch, right?
The what?
Ty has like torches, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Could we safely use that?
You might not want to try it, but I would suggest having it just on hand, just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
Torches.
Ty, reroll your perception since you were able to see in the dark. I think I'm going to reroll mine too.
You Tasty notice that there's a door and it has a lock on it. It's a large door. It's taller than a man. It's probably kind of like an industrial sized door, but it swings out like more like a barn door, but it's still locked. Ty notices that there is kind of a lot of extraneous materials around. Some of it like piles of cloth. Some of it seems to be soaked in oil and stuff like that, and a lot of boxes and wooden things are strewn about this warehouse. One of which really just tripped over.
Okay. So we've got
Okay.
oil-soaked cloths, boxes, and other weird crap we don't know the meaning of.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll to search the room.
You don't really find much of anything other than some oily rags, piles of newspapers, stuff like that, boxes, crates.
Gonna roll for investigation. Oh,
You're saying that this place is literally just begging to be burned down.
Kind
yeah.
of.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, there is a large padlock on the 2 doors. And
Okay.
I suggest Tasty use his primary to take care of it.
Yep. That's my roll for strength.
okay, so you pop off the lock again. It clatters to the ground, getting Regis off of his butt and actually interested in something for once in this little shenanigans. As the doors open, you notice that there's not really much inside, but there is a small kind of taller end table, and it has a box on top of it.
Is it
roll for
D-box?
perception?
If you want.
Box?
What's in the box?
Kai notices that it is the box that has been taken from you.
Excellent.
Okay.
I
You said there were 2 doors, right?
No, it's just like 2 double doors. They swing open.
Oh, double doors. Oh, okay.
I give the
Not
box
in the
back.
Oh.
I give the box back to Tasty, and he puts it in the bag. We hope.
Regis, quickly roll for perception.
1d20. Go, roll. I'm still high.
I was gonna say maybe we should have him roll a d20 to see if he's over being high yet.
You hear some scuffling behind you, and all of a sudden, 2 gentlemen come and grab you by the arms, and several other gentlemen rush in.
Are they armed?
Hold guns on you.
Oh crap! Okay.
All right.
Oh.
I want to cast.
All right.
Go ahead.
Wait, who's grabbed?
Regis.
Regis grabbed and Ty's grabbed, or is it just Regis?
It's just Regis. You guys, you have the box in your hands. Ty is standing there. He still has the torch he took out. And Regis, all right, go on like the world map area. Go all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna kind of paint this scenario.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good.
All right. I'm gonna cast fog cloud.
Hang on.
Room, right? So yeah, it's I'm casting fog cloud for sure.
I gotta subtract me a torch. Hold up.
Light the room on fire and run.
No, I guess I
That's too far down. That's why I can't draw on that.
already have a lit torch. I gotta subtract me one.
Okay. All right. You see the little gray cross thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I see the yellow
this
splotch
yellow
right
dot,
there.
this yellow dot, and this yellow dot. The one on the left is Tasty. The one on the right is Ty. Roughly here is where Regis is. There's guys on either side of him, and there's people all kind of in a curve with this kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in front of a pair of open doors, and Regis is in front of both of us. There's a guy on him, and there's
The
guys...
open doors would be right in the middle of you guys.
Yeah, okay,
not straight down, but between where Regis is and where you guys are.
Okay, well, I think Josh had a good idea. Go ahead, cast fog cloud.
I'm casting fog cloud and I'm rolling. Okay. Yes.
You cast fog cloud. Immediately, the room is full of fog. Suddenly, the box glows in Tasty Cakes' hands, sucks in all the fog, and Regis feels like a sledgehammer blow to his chest.
Okay.
In the
So the
midst of
box is a magic foil device then.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it. In the midst of it, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna draw my double barrel. And
The leader who does not have a gun, he says, We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
I know what happened before that. When that happened,
I'm looking
showing brandishing my primary weapon, I say I generally choose the hard way. And I'm gonna roll. That's for intimidation.
where's the box?
It's in Tasty Cakes' hand.
It's in my It's in my other hand. It's a sawed off double barrel. Yeah.
Gotcha. As long as you didn't put the box down.
I would suggest lighting the torch. Well, to light it.
Oh, I thought I already had a lit torch.
Oh, you already had a lit torch? You've been carrying a lit torch in your pack this entire time.
I thought I had a torch in my
Haven't you
hand.
seen Skyrim?
Okay, so
No.
Alright,
Did
so
I
you
not
had
have a torch in my hand?
You have a lit torch in your hand, and you brandish it at him. You're literally like in a tinder box. I must remind you.
Yes.
No, there's no need for such hostile antics. If you will just return me my property, you guys can go, and I won't press charges of any kind for your trespassing.
I look at him, like menacingly, and then I cast banishment on that leader.
Guess what?
Do what?
I cast banishment on that leader. Goodbye.
As you cast banishment, this box glows again, cancels out your magic, and you're thrown to the floor from the blow that you feel to your back.
That's 16. That's an intimidation roll for me. And I'm gonna be like, look, if you don't leave us alone and let us leave, you're gonna have to worry about a lot more stuff getting pressed than charges, like triggers.
Well, there is no law in this land save the law of the gun, and it seems like I have the law on my side. As he looks around at the 6 to 7 individuals with guns pointed at you.
Okay,
I literally will blow your brains out the back of your skull. I have nothing better to do with my day.
It's a magic box, right? This is a magic box?
It's a magic box.
Okay. So
they stole it from some cultists.
Okay, I look at the magic box, and then I cast Dispel Magic on it.
Is that what the 19 is for?
The what?
It backblasts onto you, and again throws you to the ground. Flips you over onto the ground again. Are you tired of getting your ass kicked by a box yet?
Okay, so this is gone far enough.
It's a magic foil. Either I'm gonna have to use psionics, or we're gonna have to use guns, or we're gonna have to use intimidation or persuasion to get our butts out of here.
So
you do realize
I'm getting pissed, and I'm getting close to a blood rage. So
okay, drop the torch.
Toss the torch.
Okay.
Toss.
The torch is extinguished.
What? No, roll to throw the torch.
No,
you're in a tinder box.
where are we?
Thing of oily
Where are we
rat.
tossing the torch at?
There's a bunch of oily
into the
rats
rats.
around.
T20.
You toss it directly up. It hits and shatters, sparks everywhere, and fire catches everywhere. In the ensuing panic, the armed men retreat with some discipline that you notice, leaving you, Regis, and Tasty Cakes still in the same areas, but they rush out the door that you guys came in and close it and ostensibly jam it shut. You're now in a burning building.
Okay, I'm going to roll to break down one of the walls on, I guess in that room. So to the outside, one of the outer walls. I'm going to roll for strength.
You smack the one of the outer walls, and it removes a bit of the siding, but it only breaks enough to have
I'm casting. We need to get rid of this magical box, so I'm gonna try to dispel magic again. See if it works a second time.
I'd hesitate to ask you to do that because we're actually supposed to bring this box back to the captain, to the ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was my assignment when I went to go get Tasty and Ossie while Tasty was peeing on rocks in the cave.
All right. Well, since I'm like superhuman, I'll punch the wall where Tasty tried to break.
Okay.
With my strength. All right, I'll do a strength roll. Punching the wall.
Okay. You break through the rest of the way, opening a place large enough for you guys to escape through. I assume you do this because you're standing in a burning building.
Yes. We're going.
Okay. So, you see kind of a back alley avenue before you. There are buildings and there are trees, but there's no one that you can technically see, and you can start to feel the heat of the burning building behind you.
All right, we got to run out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the range of the magical canceling abilities of this box?
You would have to inspect it.
Yeah, let's inspect.
I'm going to roll for Arcana to inspect the box.
Like, I vote let's just cheese it.
That's what?
Cheese
Run.
Okay, yeah.
Let's just...
Okay.
Yeah,
just to whet your curiosities, I will point out that the box only did stuff like this when you tried to do something to it in the last 2 sessions.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So there's my Arcana roll. What can you tell me about the box?
The box emits a powerful aura of both magic and psionics. But
Okay.
what was that roll for, Steven?
Cheesing it.
Okay. So as you're observing it, before you stare at it for too long, Steven runs off with the box still in hand, and you, of course, take off after him as you begin hearing shouting from around the sides of the building, and it starts to billow huge columns of smoke.
Okay.
And the fire appears to be spreading.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because not about the fire. I forgot about not staring at the box.
Oh yeah.
The box has powers. I forgot that the box has like anti-psionic powers. That'll knock me out if I concentrate or look at it for too long.
Well, that's just evil things in general, or abilities of boxes and stuff like that. If you focus on evil in a D&D game too long, it can have repercussions.
Okay.
Like if you focus too much.
So it has both magical and psionic energy, which we know. We don't know why the captain wants it, and we don't know where Brotulin's at.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
He's been kidnapped. He's been double kidnapped. But we have a couple of more stash locations to investigate.
Do you?
Sometime later. I thought so. Thought there were 2 or 3 of them on the map.
So
So
there were 2.
I'm gonna guess I got away. What's
Of course, we should make sure we're not burned alive first, but
I didn't catch what you said, Nick or Steven.
Well, I thought Reed just busted the wall open.
Yeah, you guys are running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throughout town.
Yeah.
The fire is spreading surprisingly quickly, jumping from building to building behind you.
Yeah.
Is fire magical?
What town is this? Is it like something we care about?
Oh no, this is kind of like the bad side of the town.
Okay.
I told you that as you got in here, it was similar, like between 7 years ago, Detroit.
Okay.
So matchsticks.
Matchsticks, kind of bunches of shady characters. You literally just got told there was no law in the land,
True.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about being chased because nobody cares.
As you say that, gunshots start ringing out around you and bullets start whizzing, seemingly from everywhere, but mainly from where you're running from.
Okay, so we're being shot from behind.
You're being shot seemingly from everywhere.
Okay, so we don't know. Interesting.
As you continue to run, Tasty Cakes runs face first into some random individual who's run out of what appears to be an alley and collides with him.
Great. Does he still have the box?
Yes, he still has the box. He's just
Excellent.
fallen to the ground.
I'm gonna roll to get up and keep running.
Yeah.
You do that. The individual on the ground looks surprised and dazed mainly from it, and also follows your example, but in a different direction.
Smart guy.
I think you should roll
So,
for perception on yourself to see if you're missing anything.
That's a good idea. Rolling perception in general, both on myself and landscape around.
Okay, so you notice that the fire is spreading a lot. You don't seem to be missing anything that you weren't missing before. And yeah, there's just a lot of gunfire, a lot of shouting. It sounds like somebody's trying to put out the fire in the distance, but other than that,
What's the area seem like?
the area is starting to seem more like apartment buildings and rundown buildings. It's more kind of industrialized, it's less suburban looking. This is more like a business storage quarter.
Okay.
The leader of the guys who said the box was his property, what kind of clothing was he wearing?
He was wearing something like a suit.
Okay, and what about the guys, the well-trained guys?
They just looked like kind of thuggish guys, but they had more discipline than normal.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna vote to take the next side street and duck down it.
I'd second that.
Right or left side?
Left.
Okay. So you duck into.
I'm following Tasty.
Do what?
I'm following Tasty.
Tasty. All right. So anyway, you duck into left-hand side street, and it doesn't seem to have much of anything in it. There's just some light posts, some maybe regular posts, and maybe a tree. There's not really much of anything here at all. But it is on a T section, though. And there's a place to go down back toward the fire on your just beyond the building that you're at, going what would be south.
Okay.
And so this is west-east road.
Okay, so as far as the T section, what's beyond the T?
It seems to be more of the same, but it looks like it's getting more toward more civilian areas with a lot of housing.
Okay, I vote that we break past the road and kind of jet towards that housing.
Okay.
Might be able to snag up a car.
You go across the road, and you start seeing more kind of those cushy houses, but they are definitely have seen some crap, and some have bullet holes on them. Some don't even have any visible windows, and some places are even completely boarded up. You continue running down one of the streets.
I'm just gonna roll perception. I think everyone else should do.
The area looks like it is inhabited. There are more abandoned buildings off on the west side than there are on the east, but it seems like more of the population is to the north.
Okay. As far as being able to see, is there any place that seems more wooded, or anywhere that seems more like a break in the town or anything like that?
No, you're starting to get into a solid urban area, or not a solid urban area, a solid uh, residential area.
Mm-hmm.
But there is like trees that you would find in and around the place. They're not enough to be like really really dense to hide in.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's continue forward and see. Is there anywhere that seems to have like a garage?
There are a lot of places like that, but most of them are by either rundown buildings or don't really seem all that promising. Some of them are open, but they don't have anything inside them other than stuff.
Okay, let's just keep rolling.
Okay. As you
Wait,
continue on,
what's our destination? Are we going back to the ship or?
well, if you have the box, you should probably go back to the ship or try to.
All right,
Yeah.
I can make since I can like teleport. So why don't I just teleport to the ship, give it to the captain, and then teleport back with you guys?
You want to
Can you
risk
do
that with
that?
the box?
Well, I'm not doing anything to the box. I'm just going to use the box to get teleported. It technically shouldn't.
Oh, if he
Technically
can he
shouldn't.
cast teleport on himself without having the box dispel it
Well, we can find out.
while he's holding the box?
All right, roll this. Tasty, do you hand Regis the box?
Yeah.
Okay, Regis.
Casting teleport on myself to the ship to where the captain's at.
You successfully teleport aboard the Onyx Feldspar, where Tasty and Leonidas are standing. The box is where you were standing previously.
I knew it. Board us back.
I'm teleporting back. Stupid box.
Two really good rolls, though, man.
What's up?
So those are two really good rolls, though, man.
So you successfully come back to them, and you kind of kick the box out of frustration, and it slides over back to where Tasty is.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pick up the box, and let's just keep running towards that more residential area.
Okay.
So did the captain ever tell me why he wanted the box?
Sorry,
you were hired to do it.
So no, I'll take that as a no.
No, the Onyx Feldspar was hired to do it.
Oh, okay.
You're a mercenary crew. If you remember correctly, discretion was one of the things that the Onyx Feldspar was known for.
Yes, okay.
Indeed.
Okay. As you reach the more residential area, it seems to be a bit more populated. And there seems to be more kind of locked garages, as if they have something inside that you may want to not have stolen.
Okay, I'm gonna roll perception. What's the nicest house around?
It would probably be one in the middle of the upcoming block. It seems to be made of brick rather than the other kind of plywood houses, and it also seems to have more wrought iron over the windows than, say, the other places.
Okay, does it look like anybody's home?
Not that you can tell.
Regis, what's the max distance on your teleport?
I think anywhere. Let me see here. Teleport. There's another one. Wait, I don't know. Let me take a look at this one. 500 feet for dimension 4. For teleport, it's wherever.
Oh, okay. So there's no way for us to tell based on that how far away the Onyx is from where we're at now.
Yeah.
I can tell you where it is.
Well, we're just wondering if we could, on foot, we're not going to get there for a long, long, long time.
Well, I have an ability called what is it called? I'll get it to you guys. It is.
But if you're casting magic, we're not going to get there with the box, though.
Yeah.
Well, I can cast magic on you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we want to get to there with the box, we can't cast magic while we're in the vicinity of the box. Otherwise, because magic doesn't work on the darn thing.
on the box itself, but not on the person that's holding it, right?
You had it in your
Right.
hands, and you
He had it
teleported.
in your yeah, and then it
And-
just teleported you and left the box there.
But we're not teleporting though. We're I'm gonna cast like a speed buff so we can run faster.
Okay, can you teleport
Oh.
anywhere that does it have to be anywhere that you've been before, or can it just be anywhere in particular? Like just
Anywhere.
I'll
Okay.
point out that there is a nice garage next to the brick building.
Yep, go ahead, teleport inside that garage.
All right, rolling.
You successfully teleport inside the garage.
I'm rolling perception to see what I see.
You see a decently maintained vehicle inside.
Okay.
There's just
Well,
one. Obviously,
I'm opening the garage. There's nobody home, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
We're opening the garage.
Okay. You open the garage, and Tasty, the box, and Leonidas slip inside.
Like a play do, and let's close up the garage for right now.
Okay. You close the garage.
Okay, I'm gonna roll perception.
You look around. There notices to be a pegboard that might have some keys on it near the door.
Okay. Investigate. I am going to double tap that.
There
but
does seem to be one set of keys on the pegboard.
Okay,
What about inside?
can I go ahead
Oh,
and
go
check those keys out and see if they're to the car?
Sure. Yeah, you take the keys and you open the car, and it fits in the ignition.
Okay. Does
Awesome.
the ignition? Can I roll for the ignition to turn over, or is it
You try it, and it does start to turn over.
okay?
Excellent. Does it have gas?
The gas tank reads on full.
Like, you guys want to check the house for anything that we can use, like food or med packs?
I do. Let's
Yeah.
roll for perception.
Yep.
Ugh, one.
Hey, 17.
Okay, so you see that the house is not connected to the garage, but it does have a couple of doors that lead to it. They appear to be locked, but you probably can get by them.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and roll strength to pry it open.
You barely managed to pry open one of the doors.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick the door. Kick the door down.
You get you are now inside the house. It's a nicely set up house. There is a kitchen in the back, front room, of course, and stairs leading to the upstairs. A few miscellaneous rooms in between.
We check all of them for food and med
That's
packs. Anything useful.
Go ahead. That's for investigation. I'm just gonna look for anything of any real use, any weapons.
It doesn't seem to be anything there except for some kitchen knives and other utensils. There is some food that you find, and there's also not really much of anything of use. No books that catch your eye, nothing like that.
Okay.
Okay, so we should just probably take the food and be gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you go back out of the house and get in the car.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the box in my back again because
Okay.
I've been carrying it around this whole time.
Yeah,
Okay.
so nobody can
So
look
you-
at it.
So you
Mhm.
start the car and open the door, of course. Grab an extra thing of gas that has been sitting on there. You pull out and you start driving. You start driving in the distance in the area that you were running before, so you're going to be heading north again.
Okay.
As you do so, the neighborhood starts to kind of come alive, especially as the fire has not yet been put out and started to have people really take notice. It's made the already overcast day even more overcast because of how much smoke it's emitting.
Mhm.
And as you get out of the city, or out of the town. I keep calling it a city, without much trouble. And now you're on the open roads.
Okay. Now, where's our ship?
If you'll direct your eyes, you'll see that it is in Ramshar.
Ramshar.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, okay, got it.
Drive. Who's driving?
You are.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna find capital cities where we took the car last time, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what did we do?
Oh wait, no. The capital city. The capital city is not where you took the car. The last car that you had that you actually drove ended up in Ramshar aboard the
Feldspar,
Feldspar. Yeah.
because you
Okay.
drove it in there.
The last place that you actually went that had any action in it was Borgen.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the next immediate road, heading towards east, towards capital city, and then towards Ramshar, a southeast direction. So I guess for
You mean
short term,
southwest?
yeah, southwest.
Okay. So you're going for the capital city.
Yeah, that seems like the shortest way to go.
And then on to
So
Ramshar.
you are right here.
Oh. The yellow circle?
Hmm.
Wow. Do we have enough gas to get all that way?
You might. That'll
We have extra gas, though.
Can we roll for it?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you proceed to try to drive west.
Right.
As you are driving,
Is there any small town or anything in between where we are here and the capital city?
those are what the brown dots are towns of some
Those
kind.
little
But
Okay.
the capital city still may or may not be in disarray with the new King Alvar, and there has been several protests and other things, reports of zombies between you and them.
Okay. So we're here, right?
Where? Yeah,
Here?
just north of that.
Let's see if we can't just drive over to and find some supplies or something like that, because I'd really rather not go through Borgen again.
Yeah, you did end up in the catacombs. All right, so as you're driving, it takes you several days.
We also got
You,
townsfolk.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the town you just selected.
Yeah. Oh, really? The one, this little one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's go to the one slightly above it.
I know it was one. It was one of those. I'm pretty sure the middle one was the one where you had actually gone in there because there's a small X
Yes, I see
right
it.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
That is generally where you were, and I think that's where you were tossed in the trunk of a car.
Yeah, so none of that.
No, wait, you were tossed in the trunk of a car in the upward brown dot. All right, so the lower brown dot is should be totally fine.
Yeah.
With air quotes?
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
So you used up all your spare gas getting from where you are to there.
Okay. Is there a station, a convenience store, some place around that we can see? I guess I'll roll for perception.
You can't really see much of anything, nor can you tell if there's any place that has gas.
Let's get some perception rolls.
There does not seem to be any service station that you can see on this side of town.
Okay.
Do there seem to be any cars or anything like around?
Not on the street, but there might be.
Mm-hmm. Just go ahead. Let's. So is it? If you had to give a guess, what's the size of the town?
It's probably about 1,800 people.
Okay, it's a decent little town. Okay, so yeah, and there's somebody has to be using gas.
Yeah.
we're using gas. So I guess I'll just roll till we see some signs of civilization.
Yeah, so you're driving in town.
Yeah.
Okay, if that was for perception?
Yeah.
Okay, you notice that there are some flyers posted on some of the poles in light stands in the town, and there looks to be something on it.
Okay, what's on it?
You pull up to one, and it appears to be a crude sketch that kind of looks like Brochelon. And one of the you look at another one, and there's also depictions of what kind of looks like Leonidas, and one that looks kind of like you.
Okay. Do we see anything else? Any sort of I don't know, service station, convenience stores?
It does seem to be more of an automotive place a few blocks up.
Okay. Let's we'll go ahead, and if they can just stay and leave the car running, or well, I guess we should all go in if we're going in, right?
I don't know.
Probably.
The only one that doesn't seem to be on the posters is Regis.
We should make him go in. They don't know him.
Yeah, Josh, you're gonna have to go inside.
I don't know what he looks like.
Sure, why not? Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, so you're going into the service kind of station, garage place.
Okay. Do I roll for anything?
No, I was asking if you are going in there.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you go in the front door. Little bell rings. It gets the attention of one of the attendants, and he greets you and asks you what your business is.
Just here on a trip.
Okay, that's a great story there, sir. What can I help you with?
We need gas, bro.
Is there a place where we can find gas?
And
he looks meaningfully around the garage that they are running to indicate that you probably can find gas there.
Okay, I'd like to pay for gas.
Okay.
Where might I go to pump this gas?
You could, if you bring any of your containers in or pull the car in, they'll fill it up for you. They had trouble with people running off with gas previously, so they prefer to be able to observe people as they fill their vehicles.
Do you, sir, have gas containers for sale?
They have a few, yes.
Okay. How much gas does the car take?
The car takes a decent amount. It's one of those kind of old 70s cars that have all the power.
Like 20.
But with the enormous gas.
Got like 25-gallon tank.
25 gallons? Okay. I'll take 5. Actually, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 containers, please.
Okay, he doesn't know if they have 6 or 7, but he can check.
Okay, please check for me. Thank you.
He comes back and says they have 8, and he's willing to sell you the 6 or 7 if you wish.
Sure, I'll take 7.
Okay, he brings out the 7 the containers. These are like jerry can size.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, that will be 30 gold.
30 gold. Okay, I'll pay the 30 gold.
Okay, that's not including the gas.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
So go ahead. I'm just going to go on ahead and pull the car on up. Regis, I'm not going to get out. I'm just going to let you fill it.
I don't know if that'd be a good idea, dude.
Yeah, keep it back because it's a stolen car, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't.
And we're wanted, dead or alive.
So I stacked the cans like flat side down. I stack them all 7, and then I'm carrying him with one arm.
The attendant notices this and finds it odd.
I eat my Wheaties and I smile.
He smiles awkwardly back. He has his suspicions about you.
Well, Regis, since we got all that gold from Ossie because we made him pay us half, I say we just don't go back for him.
That's okay with me.
Because technically we're pretty set as it is. In my inventory, I have 4,600 gold. When you go back, go ahead and refill those the gas jugs, and I'm gonna say toss him 50 gold just because we're charitable.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, yeah, we do that.
He thanks you for the money and quickly pockets it.
Okay, and I say so we're filled up, right? Our tank's full.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we have extra 7
and we have an extra 7 whatever 7 times 5 is 35 gallons.
Do you have about 8 of those?
Oh, we have 40 gallons.
40 gallons of gas.
Hey, that's even better.
So
well, you
I would
took one
say
when you went.
So, all right, I'm going to ask you guys. We did get in trouble for stealing a car in Borgen. And we got chased out.
Yeah.
That wasn't where you stole the car, though. That was in the town north of here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I say we try and head to Borgen first, and then make it to the Onyx.
Nice.
Okay. All right. All right. Borgen was where you shoved your thumb into the guy's wound in the bar.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, man.
All right.
Good times.
All right. So you drive several hours out of town, and you reach what would be halfway between the big red line and the little brown dot. And you encounter a roadblock.
Okay.
You're the only one there. There's no way you can't not be seen. There's a number of vehicles and an impasse set across the road.
Okay, what kind of roadblock is it?
It's made out of sandbags, and there are those large kind of concrete dividers set up in such a way as so that you can't drive directly through them. And there's barbed wire on top.
I guess we may as well just go inside and play it cool.
Okay, they stop you just before the first barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, excuse me, what is your business?
I'm just telling them that we're going through into Borgen. I'm telling that we're just trying to make our way to Ramshar, where to get back home we ended up on a trip and we're just making our way back.
Well, he says it's unfortunate, but there is a travel ban between there and Borgen, and he's going to have to turn you back.
Okay, do you know if there's another way around to Ramshar, or is it just completely off from here up?
It's pretty much there. You can't go there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sir, and I hope you have a good day. We're going to go ahead. We'll figure something out. Appreciate it.
I hope you do.
Okay. So I'm going to let's head to this dot here. I don't think we've been chased out of there yet.
How are you making those circles?
You click,
yeah, you
pink, click home.
Oh. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I call it pinging.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Gotcha.
And I think we should go there. We'll go ahead. We'll make the card full. We should have enough to get there. At least I think, right? I mean, yeah we'll make it.
All right. So you drive to this random brown dot, and it takes you a couple of days. You've eaten up the food that you've taken from the brick house, and you roll into the town in your car.
Go ahead, roll perception. See if we got anything surrounding us. Garage, service station, any place like that.
There seems to be a couple of places like this. This is a much kind of more populous town, and it seems to be more well-heeled. There is a service station in a couple of them within sight.
Okay. Let's just go ahead. Let's roll up and fill up the car and fill up our jugs.
Okay. So you fill up the jugs. You're gonna steal it, or you're gonna go inside and pay?
I'll go inside and pay. It's not like it's a. I'm trying to at least be decent.
Okay, so you go in. Ding ding. Cashier greets you as you pay your bill. Roll perception. There are a couple other patrons in there at the time. There's a couple people in the back of the store as they're looking through refreshments. You pay.
I'm gonna roll for investigation. I'm just gonna check for food. Snack bars, like maybe some Cliff bars, stuff like that, and I don't know, water.
You find that in abundance, and some Twinkies and stuff like that. Lots of snacky food, high in calories, and some protein stuff.
Capabilities.
I'm gonna get oh my bad, I didn't mean to roll that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get like a box of Cliff bars and a thing of ho-hos and also a case of water and bring that up to the front.
Okay. They charge you about 60 gold for all this. Roll for perception again.
Okay, hold. Sorry.
Okay. A couple of people have noticed the purchases in the back, but it doesn't really seem much like anything. Just they might find it a bit odd.
Go ahead and ask the guy at the front counter. Just going to kind of use my persuasion. It's going to give me a +2, and just ask him if he knows. We're just trying to get back home. If he knows any way how to get back to Ramshar.
Oh, he says that's a pretty long way to drive. He hasn't really heard much of. What?
Do they have any maps for sale?
Yeah.
You already have a map.
No, I meant like more detailed, like AAA maps.
Yeah.
There are some available, but the cashier says that she hasn't heard much of anything out of the west lately, and it seems kind of ominously quiet that direction because there used to be a lot of gossip and stuff filter out from that way.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and take all my crap back to the car. I'm gonna add.
So,
can I ask the patron something on the way out?
the patrons? Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him if there's like any sort of car dealerships around, like.
He says there's a few. What are you looking to do?
Yeah, just looking to pick up a new ride.
He says you should probably try on the east side of town. They have more used car dealerships over there. All the ones on the west side seem to be more newer.
Okay. You guys want to look for like a truck or something, like a comfortable pickup truck?
Yeah, I said we go to the west side since we know Ray May, and we go pick up a new whip that isn't stolen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There we go.
Yeah, we can trade it in too.
Yeah. I don't know if we should.
No, no trade-in. Just buy it straight out.
Okay, why not?
Yeah, so you drive to the more to the west side, and you find a place that has a giant inflatable gorilla on the outside, and it obviously is a car dealership.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to walk in there, and I'm just going to ask him what he has with some 4x4 capability and stuff like that.
He says he's got a four-door SUV type vehicle for sale. He's got a couple of them, but he's mostly got vans and sedans.
Okay, tell me what the SUV type vehicles got. What do they offer?
Seat room for 6, decent cargo capacity, nice off-road suspension. It's kind of dated, but it was new when they got it about a couple years ago, and they just haven't been able to offload it.
Yeah, is everything solid on it? You know.
No, there's nothing.
Let's do a perception check, like for to see if it'll actually hold up.
That's go investigation.
Yeah.
You see the vehicle. It seems like it holds up to the dealer's claims. It's not the location isn't all that shady, so it's less likely that you're going to get gypped out of something.
Rip. So Ty rolled, so he has a higher roll. So is there anything that we need? We could
that I perceive.
Yeah, that's wrong with the car.
Yeah, and there's nothing seemingly wrong with the car. There might be a few dings and stuff on it, but nothing that indicates it has seen any hard use or structural integrity problems. What was that?
How much does it cost?
It costs about 700.
700. Okay. I'm gonna ask him if this comes with a full tank, new oil, stuff like that.
He says the vehicles are well maintained, and they'll top you up for the first time, of course, for free, if you toss in an extra 50 gold.
All right. Seems legit, and so I'm gonna go ahead, Regis. We're gonna put that in your name. I'll pay for it.
Sure. Okay.
That's fine. I've got what is that? Let's be 38 even.
Okay.
I check in the gold, and you fill out the paperwork because, as it stands right now, I'm on a wanted poster.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Do I roll perception or Steven?
All y'all roll perception.
All y'all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, Regis, you notice a couple people in the back of the office are kind of eyeing you guys. Steven, you notice a moderately familiar figure who looks like he might have been one of the patrons from the gas station. He's kind of across the street. Ty notices that there's not much of anything going around beyond this, but the car seems to be secure since he apparently hasn't left it.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to investigate the patron. What's he doing? What's he look like? How's he standing?
He's a nondescript individual. You can't really tell what his facial features are from this distance, but before you really started looking at him, he's turned away so that you can't see him, and he's proceeded to kind of start walking toward a place where he could go around a corner and break being looked at.
Okay, Regis, I'm gonna leave you with the paperwork real quick.
Okay. Are you gonna load up the stuff from the other car?
Yeah. I'll go ahead, and I'm gonna bring Ty. And Ty, if you'll come with me, we'll go grab the stuff from the car, and go check out what that dude's up to.
Sure. Let's go.
Okay, so do you like transfer the stuff from the car to the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This eats up a couple of minutes because it is 8 things of gas,
Mm-hmm.
and the it's still on the lot. So you follow where you saw the guy last, but you can't see him on the street.
Okay. Okay.
What do you do now?
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll back in the lobby and see if he's done. My guess, like my bet's gonna be that once he gets done with that paperwork, we both roll out, and if somebody else could come up with the stolen ride,
So you're just gonna
we'll
leave
just
it
go
there?
ahead. We'll ditch it somewhere. No. Somebody else is gonna drive that. We're just gonna ditch it somewhere.
Okay. So you go back in. We just is done with the paperwork. Everything's signed. Which one of you is driving which vehicle? Who's driving what?
If you guys want to drive the ATV, I have an idea. My idea is we're going to come south through the exclusionary zone, into the grasslands, and into Umshaka.
Okay.
All right then.
All right. So
That's my guess anyway. Since it is the grass plains, I figured we could see an encampment from a pretty good ways, get some 4x4 and make a big stretch around them.
Okay.
That's the hope anyway.
All right. So obviously, you begin the journey. You're driving 2 cars. You're driving the. Are you in front or are you in back?
I'm gonna drive in front.
Okay. All right. So Josh and Ty are following you.
Mm-hmm.
You head out of town and you start heading south, following the roads on the map that you see. I'm gonna have you go for a few days. It fills up. You come across a couple of service stations and fill up them. We just roll for perception.
The stolen car, I was just gonna drive until it went empty and then roll it off the side of the road.
Okay. Then you're in one vehicle now. Halfway between this brown dot and this brown dot. There's some switch on my screen. I thought somewhere around there. Yeah. So halfway between there and there, the other car runs out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're driving along. Roll for perception, guys.
All of us?
Yes. Are you guys?
Yep. I mean, if one of us is going to do it, everybody probably should.
Yes.
Okay. Over a couple of days, Ty notices that there's a vehicle that's consistently behind you. It's not always there, but sometimes it is. And it looks like the same one.
Aha. Yes. Somehow figured.
I vote that at the next immediate intersection, we double back.
Okay. You find the next immediate intersection. You loop around to the next one, and you come back onto the road farther up, and proceed in the direction that you've been going. It doesn't look like you got surrounded by it, or not surrounded by anything. There's nothing in front of you. You don't see the car.
Mm-hmm.
And so you continue driving.
Okay. So
a few hours later, there is a car on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm. Does it? Okay, that was my perception check, by the way. The 14, I bumped it early, so I'm just going to use it. Does it seem to be that vehicle?
It kind of looks like it, but you've only really seen the front of it, and the back of it to you.
I gotta do something real quick. I'll take a piss. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
But it does appear that it's a similar model of vehicle that has been following you, or that you think has been following you.
Okay. Can we see the driver?
No.
Okay, so is it just sitting on the road, driverless?
It's kind of halfway in, halfway off the road.
Mhm.
Kind of like it's also at an angle, so you can kind of see the driver's side. You can also see
Right.
the passenger in the rear.
Okay. Does there appear to be anybody in the car?
Not that you can see from this distance.
Okay.
Someone
Okay,
could be scrunched down in there.
It's just I guess let's roll up a little closer. Well, sorry. I'll do a +2 for investigation. Literally the same thing.
Perception?
All right, so you get out of the car, and you go and investigate it. It feels still warm.
Mhm.
There's no one inside it. There's no keys.
Okay. All right.
Kai notices that it is indeed the same car, but he doesn't know where the driver is, and he can't really tell much of anything else in the area, other than that the vehicle has not crashed, nor was it forced off the road. And it seems like
Okay.
place.
I'm going to. Hey, Ty, do you still have that knife?
Yeah,
Can I borrow it?
sure.
Okay. I'm going to roll for strength to pop 3 of the tires.
As you're about to do that, you hear a hammer click behind you.
Fudge.
I prefer that if you
Okay.
don't pop my tires, thank you.
I prefer if you don't follow me. Thank you.
Well, I had to make sure you were who you were. Tasty.
Well, I'm going to make sure you're dead here in a second. How do you know who I am? I'm going to roll for
I'm
intimidation.
surprised you. Turn around slowly.
All right. What do you want?
Come on, you don't recognize me?
Is it Ossie?
It's Ossie.
uh,
Can I have a
that was
knife
you.
back?
I look at Ossie, and then I toss him the huck of the half loaf of now stale bread into his chest, and I tell him that we ate without you. And I tell him to either roll behind us or hop in with us. I don't care.
He says, okay, the car's hot anyway. He'll roll with you. But if
Okay, was there
you
anything?
want to... What?
Oh, do what?
And if you want, we could torch it right here.
I mean, yeah, that sounds good.
I still have 7 or 8 of those left.
Okay, so you proceed to roll the car off to the side of the road and just burn it out.
But not before Tasty gives me my knife back.
Oh yeah, you can have it back, bro. My bad.
Why do
Sure,
you
it's
want the
alright.
rusty knife back?
Oh, I thought it was my amputation blade.
Oh no, it was just the knife that you pulled off that dude.
Oh, okay.
Man, Josh, he takes like 3-hour peas.
Right? I mean, half the time I just take my phone in there and mute it so I can keep up.
All right. Anyway,
I do. I ain't gonna lie.
So you get back in the vehicle. You take any non-used gas that you
Right.
didn't use to get rid of a stolen car, and you proceed to drive, continuing back toward the small brown dot that you had just recently escaped from.
Oh, great.
yeah.
You pass by.
What's the gas situation look like?
You probably have enough to get by it. I don't know if you could make it all the way down to the bottom of the area marked as the exclusion zone.
Okay, these are back.
Okay. Hey, there he is.
Yay! All right, so you missed. Yeah, you're driving. Ossie is sitting next.
We found Ossie.
Where was he?
He was
following you guys.
he
was the car that was following us.
He pulled a gun on Tasty just before he popped his tires.
Ooh.
I was just gonna bust 3 of his tires and then leave him.
To be clear, he was the guy who he was one of the guys in the supermarket area place that you bought a bunch of stuff in.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't just popping up because I wanted him to. Anyway.
So he was the guy who like ran away from us after we went to transfer the junk from one car to the other?
Yes.
I thought it was
Okay.
going to be like a bounty hunter.
Or like somebody from the previous town who decided to, do us in. Of course, there have been so many previous towns that we've been almost caught stealing stuff or killing people or blowing stuff up. So
it's
going to be a laundry list by the time we're over.
As you drive past the town that you technically set on fire,
True.
You don't. No one actually comes out and gets you. There seems to be a few things on the roads, though. They appear to be cement pieces that have 4 locking lugs, kind of, or murals.
Okay.
Set up on either side of the road, but nothing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They look as if chains could be attached to them.
Okay. What's around? Oh, let's go ahead and roll perception. What's around it?
There is nothing around these things. There are 2 of them on either, or there's 2 of them, one on either side of the road, and they look very similar to something you've seen in a tunnel.
I was going to ask the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me get it straight. We have enough gas to get through, but
Technically,
not
you're
enough
going around,
gas to
but yeah.
get to the next town.
You have these are like the major towns, if any.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's any around here.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it in 4x4 and drive around that thing.
No, it's not on the road. They're on either side of the road.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just go straight through then.
Okay. As you have passed by the town you almost burned down, you seem to have. There seems to be more travel on these roads. You get passed by a few people, and roll perception. Who's driving?
I believe I am.
Okay. You notice in the rear view there seems to be a lot of headlights behind you moving in tandem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go ahead and take the next 3 right turns just to see if they're following us.
You make the next 3 right turns, and you come up behind a large procession of vehicles.
Okay, what do the vehicles look like?
They seem to be well maintained. One of them appears to be something like a tractor trailer ensemble. And some of them seem to be more heavily modified, and some of them seem to be military grade.
Are they race cars?
No.
Oh.
They're robust, but some of them do look like they have some speed.
Mm-hmm.
You see one very kind of slick one popping in and out every so often.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's find a service station to fill up these canteens real quick. I guess we'll get Ossie to fill them up since he's the least recognizable from our earlier
paper.
All right, so you come up to the next kind of large refill stations. The caravan that you've been following also pulls in.
Mm-hmm.
So Ossie gets out, fills up the stuff, comes back. Several people who have been driving in the caravan and several people who are in the caravan seem to be taking notice of you.
Okay. Let's just go ahead. Let's fill up and keep our eyes on them. Is there a... Go ahead. I'm gonna roll. Well, sorry. I'm gonna roll for investigation and see if it's anybody that I've seen before or anybody of any note or notice.
Some of them seem to be more like personal aides.
Mhm.
They seem to be talking to people who are standing by one of the open side doors on the tractor trailer, and the trailer part of the tractor trailer.
Right.
And they seem to be taking particular interest in your vehicle and the people who are inside it.
Okay. Is Ossie done yet?
Ossie is done.
Okay. Let's just roll on. Let's get out of here. I'd like to spend as little time around here as possible, considering we still have the box.
As you proceed to toward
Can I
the exit,
wave to them as we leave? You know, like you know, a little southern wave. That's a southern thing to do. It really
yeah,
is.
that happens around here too.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a country thing, but anyway.
It's a country thing, you know. You give them a wave, but it's also like, hey, I see you looking.
What's a country thing?
Like you're driving,
like
you just go like this.
driving and stuff, like yeah, you like wave to people. I mean, people, you know, I do it to every cop I pass by. You know, like, hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
like
just
I mean,
wave to people. Yeah, that's cool.
you know, yeah, like like people do it to everybody.
Right, so you go down the road for some while. Seems nice and calm. All of a sudden, a vehicle just rips right by you, like not even caring. Fast enough to that you think that, holy crap, what just happened?
Okay.
It surprises you, and then skids to a stop, blocking the road.
Okay. I'm just gonna start off. I'm going to open my door, undo my seatbelt, and just go ahead and post up with the AK ready. Like just kind of like there. I can pick it up, bang. If not, well, actually, let's roll a perception check. First off, what's the road around? Like, what's like? Does it have grass on either side of the road? Is it just woods off the shoulder, or is it?
It's grass. It's kind of more of an open area. You're getting more toward the plains, and the trees are getting a bit more sparse.
Okay.
But as you notice this, as you're noticing these things, another couple of vehicles pull up behind you.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll sideways. I'm gonna kick it in 4x4, and then I'm just gonna take off through the grass.
As you're doing that, the car reverses and begins, and the cars behind you begin having pursuit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, how's it look around me? What kind of vehicles are they?
One of them is a very fast-looking and sleek-looking vehicle. The other two are much heavier and seem to have mounted guns on them.
You guys want to see the one with mountain guns?
Okay. What's what kind of terrain is it around it? Like,
It's kind of very flat.
kind of flat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I say we work that. I'm gonna take it out of 4-wheel drive back into two. Well, is it like wet or anything?
It doesn't seem to be. It's kind of dry.
Okay. I'm gonna take it, put it back into 2-wheel drive, and I'm gonna take off through the grass, and we're gonna play a game.
How close are they?
As you're doing this, the much faster vehicle that had cut in front of you before continues to put itself in front of you.
Okay,
So
I'm going to. All right, so it's moving in front of me. I think I'm just going to use my performance boost, and I'm going to try and clip it next time it comes up. 7 plus 2, 0 success.
Oh, that's very accurate though. As it continues to put itself in front of you, the other two vehicles begin to kind of try to box you in, and so they start kind of circling.
Okay.
Eventually, you have to stop, and you have two mounted guns pointed at you in the center of these things, and the other ones, also surprisingly mounted guns, now pointed at you as well.
Okay. So where's the smaller vehicle?
The smaller vehicle is off on the right-hand side, on the passenger side. You're kind of facing out between the three of them, and as you're doing this, two more vehicles come in and kind of start boxing you in more.
So I'm stopped, right?
You're stopped.
Okie dokie. It's going back into 4-wheel drive, and I'm gunning directly for that smaller vehicle. I'm going to try and take it out.
I think I remember a certain turn of events that are very similar to this.
Oh, what?
Actually, Josh,
can
you cast mist, like a fog cloud? Or
sure, casting fog cloud.
You cast the fog cloud, and it fills the insides of
obviously
the car.
The windows are supposed to be rolled down.
We have the box with us, remember?
Yeah, but we're not doing anything to the box, and we're not.
So it fills the inside cabin of the vehicle.
Okay, roll down the windows.
As it does, it just billows out, and you can hear the cars getting closer.
Okay, I'm going to put it in 4x4. Or put it in 4-wheel drive, and I'm just going to gun directly for that smaller vehicle and see if I can just either clip it as we come out or... What is going on, dude? Oh, whoops. Hold up.
Are you pressing the wrong button?
Yeah, I did. I set it up wrong. My bad. I clicked something wrong.
Okay, so you missed the smaller vehicle. The mist is starting to clear out. It's kind of making a wall of mist behind you.
I don't know what I clicked before. It's like a 1d20 plus 2.
Less than 1.
Less than 1, yeah. I don't know what.
Whatever.
I don't know what the deal is with that.
Okay, so as you're doing this, the vehicle's roaring out of the mist.
Okay. So my roll's a 15 now that I've uneffed that.
Okay, so you keep going. The vehicles are still chasing you. The smaller vehicle continues, or the smaller, faster vehicle continues to go from either side of you. And just kind of keeps...
It would be really nice if you guys would start, like shooting or something. Dude,
well, I'm actually going to cast the spell.
Okay.
All right, so I'm casting this spell called Shatter. Inside the cab of the vehicle with the double guns. Double-mounted guns?
There's no double-mounted guns. There's just single-mounted guns.
Okay, well, single-mounted guns, whatever. The one with the technical. So, yeah, inside the cab, and I'm gonna cast Shatter. So it's a sudden, loud, ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice.
So
for the record, I only have about 10 more minutes before I gotta hop off.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up soon.
So each creature in 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. So, rip.
It fails. Nothing happens. Nothing bad happens. But again, you're cut off and you're forced to stop the vehicle. And the vehicle's just box you and you can't go anywhere. Literally in front and in back, guns depressed. You're not getting out of this.
We're about to get killed. So
we're about to get hosed.
All right, now I'm casting slow. I'm gonna cast slow on the car and all the inhabitants in it. because that it affects as well. Yes.
Okay, so we're entirely boxed in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are they like pressed up against us?
There's one in front of you, one behind you. There's one in front, and then there's another one looking straight at you.
Like, are we boxed in a box? Do we have or
Do we have room, or is it like bumper to bumper?
yeah?
Like, you could probably open the doors on the left-hand side, and that's about it.
Okay.
As you're doing this, one of the side doors of the one on your left-hand side, which is looking at you with another gun.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 4 mounted guns on you. Gets out and instructs you to get out of the car.
Wait. So we're within a 40-foot. We're within a 40-foot like radius, right?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. So I cast slow.
As he does this slowly, he tells you to get out of the car.
Okay, I get out. I put my backpack on. Regis, now I want you to cast Mist, like fog, or
Okay. Let's get.
as soon as we're out of the vehicle.
Or we can cast yeah. We can do. You guys want to like leave and then the area, then
Yeah,
or, like the
yeah. I just plan on like taking off.
And let's well I have
Well, actually, how slow is slow?
like super slow. This says, let me see. Where's my slow?
Because I have an idea.
Alter time around you.
It's
Up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube within range.
Okay. If you cast it on the first car,
No,
I would have run up.
like the middle of us, so that everyone except for us, like the 3 of us, are not affected.
What about Ossie?
Idea. While they're slowed, I want to run to the back, get the gas can, fill the cab of the vehicle, light the torch, and throw it in there, and just burn them alive.
Okay.
As you're doing this, 2 more vehicles pull up that have not been affected by slow. And
more guns.
Train guns on you.
I'm casting ice storm. What do you call this? In the direction of the vehicle, so that by the time they try to reach us, there's like we have like a buffer of like hailstones. So,
The inside of the pack of Tasty's pack flashes, and your hand covers itself in ice.
we're not casting towards the thing though. The
boxes.
The box don't care.
The box is a magic foil.
Magic box. You want to bury it real quick? No. Okay, so
we got no time for that.
Just gonna roll. What is the deal with my roller here? Apparently, I have.
No, take it off the comp, or take it off the target number.
Oh, is it on compounded?
Yeah, click exploding
I don't know how to
roll 1d20.
Okay,
For your
wait, maybe this will work. Yeah, that also didn't work. What's the deal?
I don't know.
All right, you know what? I just found a thing.
There you go.
Gentlemen.
Okay, is that rolling? That's rolling like I want it to.
All right. Anyway, as you're doing this,
Okay, sorry.
As you're doing this,
Okay.
the box flashes again, and you're all affected by slow.
Gentlemen, I think we're due to be apprehended once more.
As you're wrestled to the ground,
I'm still gonna like the 20 is me still lighting that other vehicle on fire though. Like I at least want to keep people alive.
Right, you dump gas in the vehicle, and light it up. Unfortunately, most of the people got out. There's, however, one guy screaming as he burns to death.
So how many people are in each car? Like 2 people, right? In one car.
Like 6, except for the small one. These are like Humvees.
So there's like 30 people here then.
You guys get wrestled to the ground and handcuffed yet again.
Yeah.
And as you're thrown in the back of another vehicle, you get dragged to the road. The semi-trailer opens up or pulls up. The back opens, and you're dragged in front of it. Back opens, and out steps Vanquisha, Queen of East Harlem.
Oh man.
Where's the box at this point? It's far away from us, right?
It's in Tasty's backpack still.
What's in my backpack?
Oh,
On my shoulders.
yeah,
and at
let's-
that
we're-
cliffhanger, if this cliffhanger, she recognizes Tasty Cakes with his primary weapon. And we'll end it there. Cool music plays as the lights go down.